good comparison though. It's the same. It's just it's the same idea. Like, yeah, it's like trying to get into the MMO, bro.
True. This is going to be a fun live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I did this site. It's pretty fun. You can do a lot of stuff, as you can see. So you go from each generation for each type, and towards the end, you have like 3 separate
yeah,
categories.
I saw.
Yeah, and then like after you do everything like that, in the bottom, you have like your favorite stuff. It's like, what's your favorite regional bird? I think my favorite is what's your favorite Spindo form?
Favorite Spinda form?
Yeah, it's literally just like you see in the bottom. It's just Spindo. They did that for the memes. I like that.
I respect it. If it's for the memes, I respect it.
Oh no, yeah, no, because like the gazillion forms of Spindo, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they just did that for the memes. So they're like, "What's your favorite Spindo form?
All
Do you
right.
remember your favorite?"
Sadly, I can't really see your list, but I guess we could.
Honestly, I'm just fine with just seeing yours.
Yeah,
Honestly,
we could do yours, and we could do yours next, because this shit's going to be so long that we're gonna have to do this. This is like part one.
yeah, that's fine.
All right, but
I already did this list before, but I think some things changed a little bit. They
Gen,
have Gen 9, right? I'm pretty sure they have Gen
yes,
9.
yes, they have Gen 9.
Yeah.
Gen 1 normal type. Well, I don't like really any normal types of Gen 1, but I'm gonna go with my boy Tauros because if you played competitive in Gen 1, you know, if you know, you know. Tauros, dog.
Yeah, he's a
Mr.
Gen 1 menace.
Mr. I'ma come in, hyper beam, I'ma body press and paralyze you. Now my hyper beamer's critting. He had like what, ice coverage? He was like a
Got
menace.
everything.
He had everything, dude. Gen 1 normal hits different.
Yeah, I don't know what they were smoking.
Gen 2 normal, even worse than Gen 1 normal.
Oh, you're
Holy,
gonna go.
what is this
Uh,
garbage?
I would recommend going the other way.
Oh, you
Like,
want to go? So wait, so you want to
yeah, like,
go? Okay, finish out generation.
yeah, generation by
All right,
generation.
all
I think
right,
that's better
all right.
because you get categories.
I've seen people finish it from like type
Type.
categories, but yeah, I could do generation.
I prefer this because in the end you get like your favorite legendary, your favorite starter, and then your favorite all around from the generation.
All
I
right,
just think it's better.
all right, that's fair. Definitely Gen 1. My favorite Gen 1 fire type is Arcanine, because like, come on, dude. Like
Super fair.
this is a timeless classic, a hood classic, if
A
some
hood
might,
class.
yeah, if some might say. When I was a kid and I had like Leaf Green and Fire Red, when I was, born in the third generation. I
Hmm.
always went out of my way to get an Arcanine because this dude is bulky, takes hits, has Intimidate, uh, as an ability. Just so much. He's so good in a competitive VGC format. He's pretty solid in singles. I know he got like power cliffed, or like, power creep kind of wasn't.
By himself.
Yeah, by himself, his Hisuian form. That whole man's a nuke button. But he, you know, even though he's gotten surpassed over the years due to power creep, he's still a very formidable Mon, in a very sought after Mon in the VGC doubles format. He's still really solid in a singles format if you build a team around him, since he provides Intimidate, Will-O-Wisp, Morning Sun, E-Speed, uh flare blitz, like just coverage, and he now has close combat, which makes his coverage even more good. And then not even only
Hmm.
that, his in-game feat speak for themselves, because intimidate, coming in on physical attackers and lowering them so you can get through like gym leaders, are really good. I remember when, you know, we had to be when we had to have HM slaves and stuff. He knew rock smash and strength. He you know, still with E speed priorities, really good, really great move pool that covers a lot. So it's just like there's so much to talk about this guy. And then on top, having a really good design in a pretty solid shiny, it's just a good package. Just a good
Mhm.
package. Water type. Come on. Come on. Like let's see all these, let's see all of these water types and then look at him, the one, the Chad, the only, a Gyarados. If you're not picking Gyarados as your favorite water type in Gen 1, then I don't know what is what to you, bro. Like this design.
Yeah, you gotta respect the Almastar too.
Yeah, I like Gyarados because I you know, as a kid, so as a kid, my family, like I was born to, I won't say a military family, but my grandparents served in the Air Force. So it skipped over a generation. So my grandpa on my mom's side served in the Air Force. My grandma on my dad's side served in the Air Force, and my grandpa on my dad's side also served into the Air Force. And my grandpa on my dad's side, so my Hispanic family, he was stationed in Nagoya, I believe. So he was stationed in Japan. So my dad grew up in the 80s, like around Japanese like culture and stuff, right? Because my dad and my mom, when they were kids, were moving around the globe because when you're in the Air Force, you get stationed into bases. And so one of these bases that my dad, or I don't think he was stationed, but my dad's grandpa was stationed. Since it was in Japan, he brought a lot of like kind of cultural stuff to my dad, and that's when my dad was like a first generation American anime fan because he watched the original Dragon Ball when it was aired in the 80s, and then when I was growing up he showed me anime, so I grew up on anime. That in Toonami, obviously in the early 2000s. Shouts out to Toonami, always have to shout out Toonami. But I TLDR, I was very fascinated, and I still very am fascinated with Japanese culture. It's a very rich culture. Much respect to them. And not only that, my uncle would so my dad's half brother has also been to Japan, and he is also fascinated to about Japanese culture, and he also watched anime, and he would share like mythology, like Japanese mythology, and talk to me about it and stuff when I was a kid. And keep in mind, my uncle is only like 2 years older than me. So that's kind of like the my dad is 20 years older than me. My uncle, aka my dad's half brother, is only 2 years older than me. That's kind of the weird family thing. Not gonna get into the nitty gritty, but one of these stories is about a koi fish going up a waterfall and
Mhm.
becoming a dragon. And that is what Gyarados is based out of. And it is a metaphorical story about trying to overcome the odds and push through adversity to reach the top, like to reach the summit. And then you basically evolve from there. And it's just it's just a really good story to know. And
Mhm.
keep in mind, if you guys are watching One Piece, Wano arc, keep watch it, pay attention. But uh that was my whole spiel of why I like Gyarados. And I mean, design wise, metaphorical wise, ability wise, he has Moxie and Intimidate. Competitive wise, he's still really solid. Um, Move pool wise, amazing. T like HM wise, amazing through the generations. I always go out of my way to try to get a Gyarados because he just learned so many helpful stuff. I do say that they should have made it to where you have to teach Magikarp Waterfall to evolve it into a Gyarados at like what, level 20 or something. But you know, even the level 20 is fine. But I don't think Waterfall was an HM back in Gen 1, so that's why.
Yeah, it was.
It was a HM in 2, Gen 2.
Mhm.
But also that shiny Gyarados, I forgot to mention. We're gonna spin the block on Gyarados real quick. We just have to give a quick shout out to that Lake of Rage shiny red Gyarados that we all got in Gen 2
And used.
and used against Lance.
Yep. Against his 3 Dragonites.
And we're getting into the grass. Bro, can I just pick none? Can I just really pick none? I do not like
You can.
I do not like any grass types, but for the sake of having to conform, I'm going to go with Tangela because look at the red
Tangela.
shoes. Look at the red shoes.
He's
They're adorable.
He's drippy.
He's drippy. And also, I know this is a little bit cheating, but you know, he does evolve into Tangrowth as of Gen 4, and Tangrowth is a goddamn menace with AV. So like this man right here is a little cup menace with Eviolite and Regenerator. Don't sleep. He about to toss out Leech Seed and just sit on you.
True.
With them red boots, them red Tims on, dog. He got the Tims. Yes, so Tangela's here off of memes. Electric types. Jolteon. I like Jolteon. I like he even though his move pool isn't really great, he doesn't get a good ability. Because come on, with what base 130 speed and he gets quick feet if he statuses himself, like dog, like you didn't need that much more speed at that point. Just give him Unburden. And it's just like I like him off of design wise. In game, Jolteon doesn't really do much. In competitive, he doesn't do much. He's just a really cool design, and his shiny isn't really that great.
It's green.
It's green. I don't really like green shinies, but Tangela, that green shiny is good.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's fine.
That's a really good green shiny because it contrasts with the red shoes. Jolteon, that's a meh green shiny.
I never heard of Green Lightning.
Yeah, well, you know, Green Lightning's cool in an anime sense. Ice types.
I mean, there's only one.
I mean, like, I know in Gen 1 I liked Articuno, but I feel like it's kind of a cop out.
You can pick whatever. You can pick legendaries.
Yeah. I'm debating. I'm really not one of those like, oh, I just like legendaries. Because there's already a legendary category, so that's why I don't really want to add Articuno. And over the years, I've really kind of soured on Articuno. And also the Articuno is the fucking hardest bird of the trio to catch. I don't know why, but he is. Even though like Zapdos is the better one. Over the years, I do have more of appreciation of Lapras. So I'm pretty much tied with them, but since there's a legendary category, I'm going to go with Lapras. And the only reason why I didn't go with Cloyster off of a competitive thing is because I just don't like smashing Cloyster. I think shell smashing Cloyster behind double screens in this meta with terrassalization is stupid. Okay.
Yeah, but that's not his fault though.
I know, but I haven't liked Shell Smash Cloyster since Gen 6, so it's just this generation makes me despise him more. So, you know, just for being in the anime, I'm gonna give it to Lapras. Oh, Machamp. Oh, ooh, this one's a interesting one, because fighting type is like my 5th favorite typing, and I honestly kind of like all of these people evenly besides Poliwrath and maybe Hitmonchan.
Yeah, I think the only ones I really like is Machamp and Lee.
I actually respect Mankey though. Or in Primeape.
I respect Mankey because he got an evolution later on.
I respect. No, I've always respected Primeape. It's just.
I never liked him, honestly. It's kind of boring to me.
I mean, dude, So I'm torn because Hitmonlee was really cool as a kid because I had Hitmonlee in Gen 2, and Hitmonlee gets like access to some pretty cool moves, and you can do some pretty fun stuff in the low tiers and competitive with them. Uh with like Unburdened and stuff. And I think he also gets Reckless. Does he get
Maybe.
I
I
forget.
don't know.
But with that being said, to be more objectively, Hitmonlee does kind of feel like a very forgettable Mon. So it's not like I really think about Hitmonlee. And Machamp, I know he's always going to be here through the thick and thin, through the harshest of climates, through the toughest of times, Machamp will always be here. And you can do some really funny stuff with no guard Machamp with dynamic punch.
Big meme.
So for that, I have to go with Machamp for the memes, and also I really did like the Machop line and the Machoke line and Machoke because he because they are just really good early game fighting types that if you pick a fire type starter like I did in Gen 4 with Infernape or
That's a bad example.
yeah, or Chimchar. I know it's a bad example, but let's just say you didn't reach level like what 14 to get him on Inferno before facing Rourke. You at least have a Machamp there, but regardless, the fact still stands is that you could get a Machamp early game. And you know what? That's a better example. Gen 3 when I was playing Pokemon Sapphire, and that was my first game I've ever that's my first game I ever remember playing, and it was on my cousin's Game Boy Advance, and we and he, you know, he let me play it, and I remember this, and I was like 4 because Gen 3 came out what year?
Mhm.
2004 or
Probably something, I don't
2002?
know.
No, I don't think it was 2002. I think it was 2004.
I have no idea, honestly. Don't ask me.
Regardless, point still stands. I've been playing Pokemon for a long time since I was like a little bitty
Kid.
boy. Yeah, a little bitty boy. And I always liked Machoke, but the crappiest thing about being a kid and playing Pokemon around that time is that I didn't really hang out with a lot of people, right? And I didn't really see a lot of people outside of school. So I never had a person that was dedicated to Pokemon enough in like my friend group. And even then, like my friend group didn't even really play Pokemon. I was kind of like the only person in my friend group as an elementary schooler that really played Pokemon. They so I had no one to basically trade a Machoke for a Machamp, and even then, even if I did have that, I doubt we had like the little that cord to hook it up at that point in
Trade with,
time. Yeah, to
yeah.
trade with, because not that many kids growing up really did have that. You had to like go out your way to specifically ask for that, like on Christmas, just to do that. When most of the times on Christmas, I would be getting like new games or maybe like other stuff like toys that I wanted, like Transformers or Bionicles toys.
Hmm.
Dang, I missed Bionicles and Transformers, but that's a whole other story. For that reasons, that's why I picked Machamp. The only downside to Machamp is he's a trade evolution. Moving on.
Unfortunate.
This is like the most no-brainer of no-brainer. This is like the most no-brainer of no-brainer. I love Gengar. Gengar is so cool. He is definitely somewhere in my top 10 favorite Mons, and I even have a Gengar cap. He is just all around so cool, and you just have to respect Gengar. My only issue is that he got an unnecessary nerf in Gen 7 and they gave him Curse Body when they could have just given him Curse Body as a hidden ability and kept Levitate, because bro, he is suffering right now because of Levitate. The only positive is that they gave him Nasty Plot, and that's not even really doing anything for him currently. They need to give him Levitate back.
Hmm.
Anyways, my spiel of Gengar. Plus, he gets a Mega Evolution, so that's always a plus. It's always good to see when your favorite Pokemon like Gengar and Gyarados have evolutions, because that means that Game Freak respects them as the Chads that they are by giving them
Even
even
though
more
some of them,
power.
even though some of them really didn't need it.
More power, baby. That's why. That's why, Sky.
Unnecessary buffage.
So you might, so my favorite ground type, you might think to yourself, huh, it has to be either Nidoking or Diglett because of Air Arena Trap, or Rhydon because of everyone likes Rhydon, or hell, maybe even Golem because of just self-destruct and explosion. No, I like Sandslash. For some reason,
Base.
as a kid, I've always had this fascination with Sandslash. He was always just a really unique design, and I always had him. I always went out of my way to grab him. My second favorite was Marowak, but due to them being like generation exclusive, I don't know. I just vibe with Sandslash more, even though he doesn't have a good move pool and he just kind of sucks in game. He sucks in competitive. But you know what? F all that noise. I like him because of his design. His shiny is also pretty okay too. And I remember I put him in my Pokewalker in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I would walk around my apartment complex trying to level him up,
Mm-hmm.
like almost on a daily. And so I got a lot of exercise as a kid because of him.
Yeah.
I like him more than I like Pikachu. And if I was only given like a shitty Mon to basically be a Pikachu stand-in, I'm always gonna choose Sandslash.
Mm.
But honorable mention goes out to Marowak, because shouts out to Marowak. He's like the very, very close runner up by a hair, because I respect him on his backstory with the whole Kangaskhan uh lore and stuff.
That's like a fan.
Yeah, I know it's a fan. I
It's
know it's a
like
fan thing,
big
but
fan
it's
lore.
real in
It's
here,
real to
god damn it.
me.
It
It's
is
real to me.
it is right here in my heart. But I also like the bone. I like the bone aspect. That's why I really liked Marowak. But I just like, I just like the hedgehog thing or the echidna thing more. Or like the
It's like
claws, the
it's hedgehog.
spikes. Yeah. I was an edgy kid growing up. I like the spikes. Fire types or flying
Flying.
types. Bruh. For the reasons being that I have Gyarados, and there will be a small spoiler later on. I'm going to give it to Aerodactyl because I like Aerodactyl. He's my favorite prehistoric mon.
Mm.
And he gets a mega evolution. That his mega evolution's good. He's really fast, can set up rocks, can set up really good in the low tiers. I just wish that he had something like Head Smash. If he had Head Smash, he would be set, because his Rocky head isn't really doing a lot for him, because he doesn't, his only real move that he can benefit from is like Double Edge. And that's like the really crappy thing. I don't know. Give this man Brave Bird. Give this dude Rocky Head.
I would say don't give Raid Word, but like Head Smash.
Yeah, well, Head Smash. Definitely Head Smash, but like that's pretty much all he needs, and he's really Gucci. Uh Also, I respect that Lance used him, and Lance taught me a very valuable lesson as a kid. You don't have to have all dragon types to be a dragon trainer. And
Mm.
that was the coolest thing. And that's why I respect as a kid, I respected dragon like trainers, because they didn't always had one type that you basically had to just have a counter to and just sweep their whole entire team with that one Pokemon.
Yeah.
So for those
Even though
reasons,
even though Lance is a glorified flying type user.
yeah. He's secretly a flying type user in disguise. We all know. He can't beat the allegations, but he taught us some valuable Pokemon trainer knowledge. And for those reasons, I like Aerodactyl. Plus, he's a cool design, so can't hate. For psychic types, Alakazam.
Mm,
I don't
yeah.
know what is with me in all of these trade evolutions in Gen 1, but I think it's because since I never had a buddy to trade with, I missed out on like Gengar, even though I wanted him. I missed out on Machamp. Golem is kind of cool, so you could put him up there as I missed out on. And I also missed out on Alakazam, and I always wanted an Alakazam. I liked Mr. Spoons. I thought it was funny that he had spoons, and I liked the play on words, how it's like a magician, abracadabra, Alakazam, and that's the whole play on his being. And
Yes,
and in competitive, he was really good. He was a menace in Gen 1 competitive. He was really solid in Gen 6 competitive. Sadly, power creep has overshadowed him, but he still has magic guard, so you can do life orb shenanigans and he won't get status and come in on like stealth rocks and whatnot and take chip. He's really fast, even though he's really frail, can hit like a truck, and he got a mega evolution that was also banned in Gen 7 competitive.
more spoons.
He got more spoons and the ability trace. So if you came in on a good ability, then GG's, because like this man would
Download.
run everyone's fades with Psychic or Psyshock, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, whatever, and whatever other fourth move you had. Sometimes they just got greedy and ran Calm Mind. They were frail. Like, bro, Mega Zam was so frail that like Augusta Wind could one shot it. People were getting greedy and running Calm Mind on this guy, dog. And outspeeding so many people. You gotta love it. You gotta respect Zam. For bug types, oh baby. Well, there's only one right answer. Nuff said.
Yeah.
I just like I'm not really able to work with all of these. It's like, sure, I could put Beedrill up here because of his mega evolution, but that's really only half of the battle. Sure, I could put up Pinsir here because of his mega evolution, but again, that's really only half the battle. Scyther is always good, and Scyther at least gets buffs for some weird reason, even though he did get kind of a mini nerf with taking dual wing beat off. But you know what? Shouts out to Gen 8 Scyther, because Gen 8 Eviolite Scythers, Swords Dance, dual wing beat, quick attack, technician, your choice of like brick break because of all the Grimstar snarl screens or whatever. And I don't think he knows close combat this gen.
No, it's only Caesar.
Yeah, it's only Caesar, but still. Like, Scyther also gets access to Roost. He's just really fun in a very meme potential, but just a really solid design and overall usability. Really great move pool. And, he does what he needs to do for a Gen 1 bug. Gen 1 rock type. I mean, you either go Omastar for the memes. Golem is kind of funny for blowing up. Kabutops, Onyx is shite. So I guess I like Eviolite Rhydon. And I can't put Aerodactyl here, even though Aerodactyl would be over Rhydon. Aerodactyl's over here because he takes the flying one.
I would say you can put Mons like twice in the list if you're like, I just can't think of any, like I do not like any other Mon.
Oh, well, in that case, I forgot that the only ghost type is Gengar, so I'm going to retract my poison statement and go Nidoking because I also like Nidoking. Sheer Force Nidoking. Yeah. So to speak a little bit on Nidoking, Sheer Force Nidoking is fun. He has a wide array of moves spanning from Thunderbolt coverage, Ice Beam coverage, Fire Blast coverage, Sludge Wave, like so poison coverage and Earth Power coverage. He won't take any recoil from Life Orb. So in an in-game, in a competitive format, he works in a competitive format he works good, but sadly due to power creep, there's better options, but he's still very solid, especially in the lower tiers. And in a in-game scenario where he shines, he just has so many options and can cover so many of your team's weaknesses, while also just slapping a life orb on him towards like the end game, and then he could just nuke anyone in an end game setting.
Sense.
Yeah. But so yeah, Gengar will be moved to the ghost types, and Nidoking shall take his rightful position as my favorite Gen 1 poison types. While my favorite Gen 1 dragon type is, who would have thunk, Dragonite. And ironically, Dragonite is one of my favorite Mons, period. He's top 5. He is my first pseudo legend I ever leveled up full on. He knows E-Speed. He is a menace. He's always in OU. He's always a good Mon. You can never go wrong with Dragonite. And if I would have one Mon in real life, it will always be Dragonite, because in his lore, he can travel the world in 16 hours. Imagine riding the back on a dragon to another country within the day and being back at my home within like night. Within the same day, dog. Like, come on. If I had that, the possibilities would be endless. And he's also a really strong Mon, and he's able to like tackle like legendaries in the anime, and he just has a really good showing. His only downside might be this thick beer belly and
tiny ass wings.
And these tiny wings, even though he can fly with them and can carry people with him, and his shiny. But you know what? He looks
His shiny isn't that bad.
Yeah,
honestly.
he looks lovable. He looks cuddleable. He looks like something I would see off of Dragon Tales. And he's also really nice, or like Dragonites are really nice and really friendly with people. Like I said, this Mon would be my go-to for having one Mon if I could have any in real life. Dog.
Yeah, these are like this like memes because they didn't
missing no. Okay, I'm gonna put missing no for this, since it's not in the code.
One or would you like the number 1 or the number 3?
This one is a very hard choice. I don't know which one to choose. I'm not even going to talk about it, because I really don't give two shits about Magneton. And this I'm not going to talk about. I'm only going to put him here because of the things he can do in competitive. And that's going to be enough said, because this dude is a whole ass menace. Best starter. I mean, hey, let's go. Hey, shouts out to Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, because now also, I can choose this.
Not also fucking the stadium games, because they have
Eevee as the starter. Oh, and shouts out to Pokemon Coliseum too on this.
Yeah.
I give this to Eevee because I like Umbreon. I like the Eevee evolutions of Sylveon and
but Umbreon, you have to only pick the 3 from Gen 1.
Okay, only 3 from Gen 1. Well, yeah, I'm still picking fucking I'm still picking.
That could have swayed. I'm just saying it could have swayed.
So if we're gonna limit that, it still doesn't sway me, because Charizard is complete cheeks in Gen 1 and even in Gen 3 remakes. Charizard's only good in like Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, but Charizard, from my perspective, is a very overrated starter, I have no sentimental attachment to this dude whatsoever, and I do not care. Blastoise has always been a very meh pick for me design wise. Yes, he's useful in an in-game thing, but I really don't care. I can I can find the same amount of use for Vaporeon as I can Blastoise, and that's just facts. And Venusaur, like, miss me with this bullshit. You're like, yes, sure. He is better than Blastoise and Charizard in an in-game sense, but like, come on, you're not gonna catch me dead with this guy on my team in an in-game in an in-game scenario. And then you can miss me with Pikachu. Like, if you're using a Pikachu in Gen 1 and not evolving him into a Raichu, like, miss me with that.
Wait until you can get a light ball.
Okay, favorite Mega. Whoa.
Or Dynamax.
Dynamax. Okay, so the
Basically gimmick form.
The Dynamaxes are all eliminated. Favorite?
You don't like any of them?
No. If you're putting Megas, like, Dynamaxes will never be over Megas, whatever. No matter what. So this is a very hard one, actually. You guys might not think, you guys might be like, well, Alex is probably going to just use the Mega of one of his previous favorites. That's where you are pretty much wrong. And also, what the heck is this?
It's the G-Max Venusaur.
Oh. This looks like a shittier version of Mega Venusaur. Honestly, I didn't even know the original Kanto starters had Dynamaxes. I only thought it was just Charizard. But
they got it with Isle of Armor.
Oh, Blastoise's Dynamax actually kind of looks cool. Like, this thing looks just as
It's just a battleship.
Yeah, it's a battleship. Like, that's kind of dope. But because of what Dynamax is, I can never in good faith put Dynamax over Mega. You know what? So here is my logic behind this. Kangaskhan is obviously fun but broken. Gengar is fun but broken. But that's not what it makes it enjoyable using the... For me, that's not... Like, I know that these two things are broken, but that's not what makes it enjoyable for me. So, I can eliminate Gengar, and I can eliminate Mega Kangaskhan. I have to go from process of elimination. All the starters are pretty much meh, but, you know, Charizard Y and Charizard X are pretty fire. No pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Megazam, I'm kind of meh on Megazam. Never was really big into Mega Pinsir. I honestly thought Mega Pinsir was kind of cheap with Quick Attack, Aerialite, and Swords Dance. Never was really big onto Mega Slowbro. Never was big onto Mega Mewtwo's Mega Mewtwo's, because, like, come on, why did you need to give him a Mega? But even if
two of them.
Yeah, and two of them to boot. And then, like, even then, the two of them, you're either getting some weird some weird tall Frieza looking variant or some weird floating fetus. So Aerodactyl. I actually like Aerodactyl's Mega. He gets a cool rock beard. And he gets tough claws. Gyarados, he becomes Shrimp Tempura. I mean, sure. I mean, I like that he's a dark type. I don't mind that he's a dark type because dark types are my favorite typings. With second being dragon, but obviously we wanted him to be water dragon, and he gets Mold Breaker, which Mold Breaker is, you know, still good in its own right, and you can pop off with Mega Gyarados, but it's just like Mega Gyarados feels unnecessary. Like, he's good, and I like Mega Gyarados. It's just that when I compare Megas, I'm comparing them on how much it impacted like Amon if I don't look at it from like an objective design point in that I just like the mega. Because truthfully, all these megas are whatever, with only like a couple of them I enjoy. Mega Gyarados being one I enjoy, and Mega Pidgeot I actually did kind of enjoy. I thought No Guard Mega Pidgeot Hurricane was pretty fun. I didn't really use him as much as I probably should have used him. But you know, he was still a welcome in assault. He was a welcome addition in auras and a very solid special attacker. I just think I had better special attackers in mind than wasting a mega slot on Mega Pidgeot. That's just kind of my thought process. So through process of elimination, Beedrill, because adaptability, U-turn, poison jab with drill run coverage, Beedrill, and like fell stinger was so funny. It was so fun to use. He was a UU menace. This guy. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. And even if you didn't want to run Fell Stinger, you could run X Scissors and be perfectly fine. Favorite legend. This is interesting because I really don't like any of the Gen 1 legends. I don't like any of the Gen 1 legends. My favorite I was super meh on Mewtwo based on design wise and what, and regardless of competitive and how good he is in Ubers, I don't care. Mew never really was the biggest person on Mew. Don't care. Moltres sucks because quad weak to stealth rocks and looks like a flaming rubber chicken. So design wise and competitive wise, I don't care about him. Articuno, he was my favorite out of the trio of birds. But as time went on, the more he soured on me. And then Zapdos has an ACL tear in Gen 9. And he's very, very, very annoying to deal with in Gen 8 and before with static and whatnot. So I guess for nostalgic reasons, I'm going to put Articuno here. But just know that I don't really like Articuno. Now, as a favorite overall, this one's a hard. Actually, no. As a favorite overall, it's Dragonite because he cracks my top 5. Gotta love me some Dragonite. Moving on to Gen 2. I'm actually gonna check the chat if anyone's what the site is called. Also, dupes or no dupes. Also, Rapid Spin, not as good as Moxie or Intimidate. Sorry, I'm just catching up to all the chat. What do you mean not as good as Moxie and Intimidate? I'm gonna guess you were talking about Gyarados.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people will like to get a Moxie boost with normal Gyarados before Mega Evolving. Other times, people like to come in on Intimidate and to get either a free sub to avoid status conditions, and then D-dancing, or just to get off a free D-dance, and then, or maybe even possibly 2 D-dances if the person tries to stay in, because Mega Gyarados is very bulky, and he is bulky enough to live 1 physical attack, especially if it's neutral. So thanks to Intimidate drop. But yeah, that is my reasoning.
Why don't you minimize the chat and put it like in the corner?
What do you mean?
Because you have to flip through pages, right? Or is your chat right there?
Oh, you know what? That is very, very, very smart. Do I have to hold shift and do this?
Yeah. I'm doing my own thing. I'm getting shiny Pokemon, so I'm
You're
just here
getting
for the
shiny.
ride. Yeah.
Yes.
I just got a shiny Gumi, so
Oh, nice.
that bitch is about to become a shiny Hisuian Gudra.
If you find me a shiny King Bisharp, let me know. Let me know.
Uh,
Also, there's no possible way I can like shrink this enough to get it to where it's only chat, sadly. I wish.
hmm.
All right. Gen 2 normal. This is some actual garbage, bro. Like what is this? Like what is my options right now? Like Porygon? Dunsparce? Ursaring? Blissey or Whitney's Miltank or Gen 6 Smeargle with Dark Void. Like 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 which one, dog? Like I don't really have a fondness of any one of these. But I guess for nostalgic purposes, I'm going to go with Smeargle for his gimmick and how he can sketch any move that he sees, and also Gen 6 Dark Void shenanigans. That is why I'm gonna put Smeargle here. Otherwise, I do not give two flying shits about Smeargle. Ah, Houndoom, because one, he's a dark type, and I like dark types. Two, he's also modeled after like a hellhound, which is super cool. Three, he gets a mega evolution. Even though his mega evolution isn't really one of the better mega evolutions, it's still a mega evolution, and his stat distribution is very low, and he is very power crept and needs a buff. Quite frankly. And also having Flash Fire and Early Bird as abilities don't really help his case. And
Well,
so
Flashfire is definitely good.
yeah, Flash Fire is pretty decent, but Early Bird not really so much. And you
Early Bird
already
sucks, yeah.
resist fire, but I guess Heatran is kind of no, Heatran's neutral. Whatever.
No, I came around like as long as you don't quad resist a move, then like being immune to it is better than resisting it.
I guess that's okay. Yeah, you're right, and especially since Houndoom is frail.
Yeah, like as a like because he's supposed to be like a switch and sweeper. So
Yeah, switch in nasty plot. Try to especially sweep with a combination of sludge bomb, fire blast slash flamethrower, and dark pulse. I
yeah,
I
he
even
has like
I even have seen scarfed Houndooms that run those three attacks and they sacrifice nasty plot for sucker punch, or specs Houndooms that do it in lower tiers, and they use sucker punch for priority while keeping the other three. And I also think he does know solar beam, so on sun teams, so if you do make a mega Houndoom sun team, you can put whatchamacallit solar beam on it. I don't really know if mega Houndooms like running nasty plot on sun, because you're kind of like that's just kind of wasting sun terms just to set up. So that's why I think 4 attacks is better me personally, because Fire Blast in Sun just really strong, a nuke button, Solar Beam to cover water, and you can do Solar Beam in one go. He also gets Solar Power when he's Mega Evolved, so so you basically have a Life Orb while doing so. So you at least still get a boost. You're really fast when you Mega. I think he has base 110, which is a really good speed tier, especially for Gen 6 meta. And Dark Pulse, really spammable move that you get stab on, and Sludge Bomb covers fairies that are neutral to you, or that you are neutral to. So, and fairies were running around everywhere in Gen 6, so I mean, like, he's really good. Oh, Gen 2 water, bro. This, yo, this lineup is fierce. And I mean fierce. I like Suicune. He's my favorite out of the 3 legendary dogs. But I can save him for legendary, so that's why I'm not going to really consider him a part of this. Politoed sets up the rain. Feraligatr is just really, really solid. And I used to be a Typhlosion guy growing up, but when I remember looking back on it, I should have always been a Feraligatr guy. This guy is so good, and in Gen 6 when he got Sheer Force, he was even better. Love,
True.
yeah, I love Feraligatr now. Ever since he got Sheer Force, Feraligatr over Typhlosion for me.
The phone was just kind of like an eruption bot.
Yeah, and that's why I don't really like Typhlosion, and his move pool sucks. And you can in game Feraligatr is just much better. Kingdra, really, really love Kingdra. But the my issue with Kingdra is that he doesn't really do much. But since he's Gen 2 and he's like the only dragon type, I can at least save him for dragon. So for process of elimination, I'm going with Azumarill because I remember using Azumarill a lot in Gen 6 competitive with Belly Drum, Aquajet Azumarill, and also nowadays Azumarill is still in OU. He's still really good. He's just one of those Mons that are just forever OU. And he has multiple sets that he works good with, like Choice Band, AV, or Belly Drum Citrus. Just really good.
Mhm.
And due to him being a fairy type also now, he can quad resist. Also, looking back on it, he's the only fairy type, so I can't even use him. So Quagsire, Quag do I go Quagsire or do I go Politoed actually?
Let's go whatever. It's your list. I ain't putting stuff for you.
I'm gonna just I'm gonna just go Politoed for weather. Rain is good, and also he's a happy frog. Also, he is the evolution of Ludicolo, or no, he's not the evolution of Ludicolo.
Moral.
Politoed, Poliwhirl. Yeah, he's the evolution of Poliwhirl. I'm getting my stuff mixed up, but whatever. Fact still stands. Um, he is. I'm gonna just put him there just because of rain. Grass types, oh my lord. I've never seen a more garbage list. I don't even like Celebi. I don't even care. And I thought the movie that Celebi came from was really boring. So I'm not even going to put Celebi as my favorite. Sunkern sucks. Lowest stat Pokemon. Don't have a use. Worst starter. I guess Jump Pluff and Skip Bloom. You can do some kind of funny stuff with them. Like Hoppip, Jump, Skip Bloom. Yeah, you could do some funny stuff with like Spore or like Sleep Powder and Tailwind and Con Guard and just being kind of supporty in that aspect. What Solar Power Fire Blast? For me, it's either Ursa or Polygon. Cop Cup says. I was thinking Ursa, but I wasn't going to just I'm not really big into Ursa. I'm more big into Ursa Luna, but not really Ursa. And also Porygon, I'm more big into Porygon Z, but just not normal Porygon. Uh uh electric types. Dang. I'm gonna put Elect Kid because he then grows up for Electivire. And I think Electivire is an underrated Pokemon. Raikou, I also like Raikou, but I just want to save all. I choose to save all legends. Hmm.
But the Terra learns Headlong Rush. That's new.
So the reason the reason why I'm not going to put Sneasel here, even though Weavile is one of my top 5 favorite mons, the reason why I'm not going to put him here is mainly due to the fact that due to the fact that his stat distribution is really, really small because he's like a baby mon, and I also like Piloswine. Like I like the Mamoswine line too.
I do like Palace Winners.
Yeah.
The
And, and
abbreviation
so
more.
and so you could do more with Piloswine over Sneasel. That's my reasonings. Heracross, because the other two just isn't cutting it. And I also do kind of like Heracross. He also gets a Mega Evolution. Poison type, I like Crobat. I thought Crobat was dope, but again, that whole trade evolution thing comes back and bites me
He
in the
isn't a
butt.
trade
No,
evolution.
I thought he was a trade evolution.
No, he's a friendship
Oh, he's a
evolution.
friendship. Okay, never mind. But I do remember getting a Crobat in my Heart Gold playthrough, and Crobat was very clutch.
But I basically use Crobat every time I play Heart Gold.
Same.
Honestly, yeah.
Um. Wait, ground. Wait, Pupitar. Oh, damn,
Yeah,
they are ground.
yeah. They become dark when he evolves.
True. You know what? I'm gonna put Donphan here. Why? Because I remember watching a old Chugga Conroy video when I was, if you guys remember Chugga Conroy.
I do.
Yeah, I remember watching an old video of him when he was playing like his crystal playthrough, and he got a shiny Phanpy the first time he went into the grass. He's like, "It's a Phanpy," and just Donphan is also respectable. I used Donphan in Gen 6 UU because he had sturdy, he has rapid spin for hazard removal, he has earthquake, which is a really strong stab, he's pretty bulky, and he has ice shard for priority. And I think he also has access to knockoff. And he also gets stealth rocks. And he gets and then they made him into Great Tusk and Iron Treads.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like Donphan is cool, and plus I like how he turns into a tire and rolls around. I thought that was cool.
They made an elephant into a wheel, and we just said okay.
Basically, um, Skarmory, Skarmory for flying. I feel like this is kind of like a no brainer against everyone on the list because everyone else on the list has to like evolve to get to a good point, or they're two legendaries, and or I already put them on the list. Which
Which
missing no?
unknown?
which
Which
missing?
missing?
Which unknown do I like? Nah, f that. It's always Espeon, like dog.
Bruh. The
Like
best missing no has to be F, and if it's anything different, I'm be sad.
don't fuckle with the shuckle, or nah, just kidding. I mean, well,
Uh,
yeah, it has to be Caesar. It has to be Caesar. There's no way around it. He's just the coolest bug to me. And I just can't really do anything. I just can't really pick anything. I mean, what more do you want? Swords Dance, Technician, Bullet Punch, Terrasilize, Fire to avoid Will-O-Wisp and Fire type attacks, or Terrasilize Steel for more power. There, you're Gucci. There's only one, and he is
Yeah,
Godzilla. Enough said. It's T-Tar. Like, come on. You're comparing T-Tar to Macargo, Shuckle, and Pseudo-Wudo, and Corsola of all people. The only person that can kind of compare is Shuckle because A, don't fuckle with the
memes.
Shuckle and the memes and like his immense hazard setting potential. But dude, it's Godzilla. Like, come on, dog. I have no choice. Communism. Like I have to choose him because of communism, and that's why. And that's why. But hey, at least Miss Drevius has the glow up in Miss Mag Drevis, whatever the
Mr.
evolution.
This.
Yeah. And I do remember catching this Mon in Pokemon Coliseum and having to cure it of the shadow element. So, there is a little bit of nostalgia for it. Obviously, like I said, Kingdra uh was the only dragon, so that's why I didn't put him for water. And this one is a no-brainer. I love Umbreon, my favorite evolution, still in my top 5, and also is just he's just so cool.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Actually, upon upon further examination, Dragonite is no longer um, a member of my top 5 favorites, but he still holds strong as honorable mention, runner up in 6th place. Or maybe Umbreon. Like, I'm ebb and flow between Dragonite and Umbreon. It's kind of gotten to the point where, like, Umbreon kind of went down in tiers to where he's like, yeah, nah, fuck it. I put Dragonite still top 5. Umbreon is numero 6. Steel types, I guess Steelix, because Mega Steelix, I remember I did some troll stuff with Mega Steelix. And Heavy Slam Mega Steelix. And when you Mega, he has a whopping 200 defense. So I mean, like, sure.
I think it's more. It's like 230.
Yeah. I'm only I'm only going to put Togetic here because of Togekiss.
Hmm.
For Alligator, definitely. For Mega, um, do I go with Favio because of the hair? The Gen 2 Megas were kind of meh to me. Wasn't really big into Mega Steelix, wasn't big into Mega Caesar, even though Mega Caesar was good. Wasn't really huge into Mega T-Tar, even though people would Mega and then start D-dancing with them. I did use Mega Heracross, and I could never really figure out like a team to use Mega Houndoom on, and Mega Ampharos was just a whatever. But I guess based off of design ways, I'll give it to Mega Houndoom. I don't know. The Gen 2 Megas were very, very shite. Suicune, I love out of all the legends. And my favorite overall will be Umbreon. Favorite Gen 2. Gen 2, okay, now the trumpets, get the trumpets out, because this is where the nostalgia overload will be insane. Because I love Gen 3. Gen 3 is my favorite gen. I love the remakes in Oris. I loved playing through the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I love Team Magma. I love Team Aqua. I think they're the best evil teams that we have. Steven is a Chad, even though he was a little bit easy. And when it went to Wallace, it was pretty interesting in Emerald when it went to Wallace, but
I will say Team Aqua got a massive glow up in the sequels.
true.
Like I love Team because Team Aqua looks so much better
Dude, they
in
look
the
like
remix.
pirates, dog, dude.
They're pirates and they have cooler and like the redesigns look just better.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the redesigns and auras. They did justice for both Team Magma and Team Aqua.
Yeah, 100%.
And dude, look at this normal lineup. Like, bro, Norman was having some power because I like all of these. I actually liked all of these. Spinda is fun because of like doing teeter dance. Delcatty and Skitty were fun because of the Wailord memes. Swablu is cool because he turns into Altaria that later gets a mega evolution. Boomburst Swalo was great, and I always pick Swalo as my like Route 1 bird. He was a really solid Route 1 bird, and especially when like he gets guts boosted. He gets guts.
Yeah, I guess
Slacking,
boom.
yeah, slacking was really cool, and then sometimes I didn't even just go slacking. I just put an Everstone on Vigoroth, and then I just went like bulk up Vigoroth or like something, and he got the job done. And I used him in game when I was a kid. Like Belly Drum Linoon is really fun and funny to use. In choice specs, Boomburst Exploud is also fun. I hope they give him Punk Rock as like a new ability or something because he definitely deserves it. Xflout, but in cast form is kind of unique with his own little uh gimmick with the weather change. And Kecleon gets protein, even though originally he got that color change ability that was really crap. And I still like Kecleon. I still went out my way as a kid to get a Kecleon just because I thought he was cool as a kid. It went in that like rainy forest area, but no one can compare to the chadness, the swag, just the menacing aura of Zangoose. Now, I never had a Pokemon Ruby growing up. I had Pokemon Sapphire because my cousin passed down his Game Boy Advance to me when he got a PlayStation 3. And with the Game Boy Advance came Sapphire. I sadly don't know where that cartridge is. So
Lost to
that,
time.
yeah, that shit got lost to time. Probably in like a box somewhere with like an old DS in my grandparents' attic or something with my original Xbox 360 and stuff. But even though it got lost to time, I always wanted Zangoose, and sadly he was generation locked. And so when Auras came around, I got Omega Ruby so I could get Zangoose. And yes, Zangoose was cool. I liked swords dancing and then just quick attacking everything. And then I liked his little rivalry with Seviper. I thought it was awesome. All right. As you guys know, in Gen 3 fashion, they were lacking on fire types. Camerupt, even though he gets a Mega Evolution, don't really care for. Sun form, cast form, don't really care for. Torkoal sets up the weather. He's kind of cool. But Blaziken is just better. I like all, but that's the thing of Gen 3. I like all of the starters. All of the starters are cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Like this water category stacked for me.
This water category is stacked. You got the Wailord memes. Wishcash is actually pretty
Underrated.
Yeah, he's underrated because he gets Dragon Dance and can just waterfall and EQ you. Mr. Crawdont over here, adaptability, Aqua Jet, Crab Hammer, Crunch, Swords Dance, Menace, Milotic.
Gyarados 2.0, but pretty.
Yeah, Gyarados 2.0, but pretty and defensive. Really
Yeah.
solid. Walrein. Mr.
Walrein is
Tusks.
great. Yeah.
I like him off a design basis. Pelipper sets up weather. Swampert, everybody loves Mudkips. I also do like Swampert. And Ludicolo, if you ever played Pokemon Coliseum, you know what I'm talking about.
You
Mirror
know.
B. Fun time.
Even before that, I always loved Ludicolo.
Yeah, Ludicolo is just it's just funny. Just as a Hispanic person myself, mixed with Spanish and Mexican, uh, I love it. I love
He's a
Ludicolo.
funny guy.
Uh, but 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 Sharpedo, because dude, come on, like
Yeah.
Sharpedo gets a mega evolution, Sharpedo gets speed boost, Sharpedo's like a torpedo shark. It's cool. He's a dark type. uh you can sweep with him in lower tiers. Like, he's just so fun to use. He's so fun, and I love his design. uh this is a no-brainer for me. This was my go-to starter. I love Sceptile. I know I wasn't going to do or since I'm not going to do dupes, I'm going to hand it to the second runner-up, Breloom, because I also loved Breloom. I loved Shroomish, and he was
It
just
shouldn't be the other way around.
what do you mean?
You should pick Sceptile because fighting's gonna come later.
There's at least other fighting types.
Oh no. Oh, so you like Breloom more than Sceptile?
Or dang. Huh. This is this is an interesting predicament,
Hmm.
actually.
I low-key love Tropius though.
Tropius is underrated.
I just wish he was better in game.
Credilli, I did some fun Credilli stuff. I wish Shiftry was cooler. Like, Shiftry's cool. I just wish he was better. And then Ludicolo. I'm gonna put Ludicolo here for memes, just because of that one Coliseum meme is just going through my head. Manetric, no, like, come on. Come on, it was always major Manetric. Fun lore, fun stream lore. My first ever like icon or logo that I basically got, because I remember the year is 2020, and I am chilling, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should get into streaming, because my friend Miguel was streaming and he got a Twitch affiliate. And I was like, maybe I should get back into streaming, because I took 4 years off when I started streaming in 2016. So then I asked my friend to make a logo for me, and because I wanted to start streaming on my Razer Blade 15 and streaming Pokemon Showdown content, because at the time I didn't have my Elgato and stuff. Then after I started streaming on Xbox and Monster Hunter World, and that started to pop off, and I started investing more into equipment, I then changed the logo to what you see now. But the logo used to actually be Manetric, and it was Manetric that was photoshopped Goku's Super Saiyan 2 hair, and it was Manetric going Super Saiyan, and I still have the file. That is actually still my Skype that's still my Skype logo, and that is still one like my Ubisoft logo too. And it's a really cool thing. I still have it. Uh but yeah, Manetric for a point of the stream lore was the mascot Pokemon, just because of that. And not a lot of people give respect to Manetric. Like, I remember in Gen 6, Manetric was OU, and then he dropped down to UU in Gen 7, but he was still solid, and I loved just mega evolving and doing intimidate volt switch shenanigans. He was a really good revenge killer, and it was really fast, hit hard with Thunderbolt, or if you were on a rain team, you could put Thunder for some more strength. He had flamethrower coverage, and uh, before they took away hidden power, you would run hidden power ice, which I wish, if Manetric comes back into the game, they'll give him ice beam. Or, if he comes back into the game, you can just Terra him ice, and then that's that. And he becomes Reggie Alecki, mini Reggie Alecki in lower tiers. Uh For a ice type, I never cared about Regice. Walreign's pretty cool, and Glalie all right. We weren't really working with a lot of ice types, but Walrein because sheer cold. If you know, you know.
Mm.
My one of my friends, his name was Colin. Back in high school, we used before I would go on like to do band stuff, like either go to the stadium to practice or go for a football game. A couple of my friends, we would just chill by the band hall outside of the band hall in the fine arts hallway, and we would just sit around playing Pokemon Auras, and we would just fight each other. We had kind of like a little like Pokemon fight club, and we would do free for alls and stuff, and it was just really fun. And Colin, you could say his mascot Mon was always his Walrein. That he had sheer cold. That was his only move on his Walrein. But for some reason, he could hit sheer cold, and he would always hit them on one of our friends named Major, and it like Major would just get really mad. Uh, I still talk to Major sometimes. He does music now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm a revert Ludicolo because I could still safely say that I like Breloom here, but as a fighting type, I like Metacham.
Mm.
Because mainly the reason why I like Metacham, definitely for pure power and I liked his Mega. The fact that he like Mega got pure powered, bullet punches and headbutt, high jump kick, pretty good. And also, I did go into that cave to get a Metatite to help me out when facing Wally. Or not
Mm.
Wally, or Broly, might be. To face Broly. Because you kind of needed the psychic type coverage since I would use Sceptile as my go-to grass starter, and I needed that psychic type coverage to really blow through Wally, because he obviously, if he hits me with the fighting move on my Swellow, then it's doing neutral. Poison types, no good poison types, but I like Seviper based off of like the interaction with Zangoose and just his design. Ground types, I like Flygon. Flygon's lit. Swampert's cool too. Damn, it's just like I want to find a way to put Swampert on this list, but it's just that he misses the mark. He's second place to like everything. Like out of all the ground types, Swampert would be second place here. Out of all the water types, Swampert would be second place there. So that's kind of like the
Mm.
sad reality Swampert lives. He's just he's just there, just not good enough. For flying types,
Yeah, you got Shadow Lugia, bro.
I got Shadow Lugia low. Ninjask was pretty cool because of speed boot. Actually, no. For flying types, I'm going Swallow. I just think he's just a really good route bird, and I loved boom bursting with Swallow. He was always my go-to choice for an early game flying type in Gen 3, and I have good memories with him. I also used him in like UU and Gen 6 competitive.
Yo, hold up.
We
Why you not
got
picking unknown?
oh no, more unknowns. For psychic types, the gross. This spot may change, but Metagross was super awesome. I love the pseudos, and I love how he has the brain. He has like 4 supercomputer brains, and he was Steven's ace. And also his shiny is one of the best shinies ever. Like definitely top
Hmm.
10 shinies.
Silver, gold.
And he gets a mega evolution that also got banned in Gen 7 OU.
Hmm.
He's just all around a Chad. Nothing. There's just nothing more to really speak about him. Even though competitively not that great, but you could still do some meme stuff with agility, weakness policy behind double screens, and meteor mash and ice punch and earthquake and stuff like that, bullet punch, and even use him banded. So pretty good. As bug types go, I guess Shed Ninja, I guess, for the lulls. I was gonna go with Armaldo, but I really don't care about Armaldo. So
Mm.
eh, whatever. Shed Ninja can chill here. For rock type, I guess geez, not really great Auroch types, but I'm gonna put Armaldo here for for like my favorite out of the 2 fossils. For ghost types, the gremlin himself.
Hmm.
What? Sorry, I had a call from a grandpa. I was
Hmm.
calling to check up on my car. I'll probably end up like cutting that out. It was like
The
around a
video, yeah.
minute. It was like around an hour 20. Uh,
Hmm. You wanna hit the jets on some of these?
yeah, I know. Freaking Gremlin dude. You know, I liked him. Salamence, obvious favorite dragon. Just love him. Moxie, intimidate. Special, physical, gets mega. Just amazing all around. Dark types. I mean, I had a fascination of Absol, and he was in that one movie, and I really like his mega evolution. So for those reasons, I'm putting like Absol here.
Also, Absol's weird because he's the only dark type that isn't actively malicious.
Yeah. Well, most Umbreon's not a malicious dark type. There's some dark
Yeah, but
types.
he's kind of like, but like Absol's like the only one that doesn't have like some like dark descriptions. It's just like
Oh
he's
yeah,
misunderstood.
yeah, he's misunderstood, and also he's Sephiroth. I
Mm.
nicknamed him Sephiroth. For favorite steel, I always liked Aggron. Uh, always liked Aggron. Always went out of my way to get a Larion. Like my Gen 3 team was uh my Gen 3 team was a Sceptile, a Manetric, an Absol, an Aggron. I always tried to get Salamence, but I never could get a Bagon because he was like really rare. So sometimes I would just end up having to use a Flygon. And then the 6th member would have been Sharpedo. That was my team. Uh Fairy types. I like Mawile.
Intimidate. Let's go.
Intimidate. Let's go. Favorite starter, Sceptile. That's the only reason why I didn't give him grass, because I also like Breloom. Or whatever. Nah, I'm giving it to Sceptile. I just can't. I just can't. He's my favorite grass type, but Breloom is in close second. Favorite mega evolution is Absol just based off of design wise. It just looks elegant, but like, come on, look at all of these mega evolutions. Gen 3 megas hit different. Like watch this. Look at Gen 1, look at Gen 2, and then look at the Gen 3. Look at this heat.
Mm-hmm.
And
The only
then
one that misses for me is like Latios and Latios.
yeah, only because like they're kind of the samey, but like
And they're
everyone
boring.
but everyone else, bro, just chef's kiss. Even Maynetric looking like a thunderbolt, like a huge lightning bolt. I like it. My favorite legendary is Groudon. I liked him more out of the trio, and my favorite overall would have to be Sceptile. He's my favorite. He has to be somewhere on the top 10. Probably like my 10th favorite, but I have to go through that. I have to go through that like individually, one by one. Gen 4, another gen that I really do love. I love Gen 3, and then my runner-up is definitely Gen 4. Um Ambipom. I loved Ambipom. I don't know what it is about it, but just faking out normal gymming everything with technician boosted Ambipom was really fun in Gen 6. For fire, Infernape. There's nothing more to speak. Water. I actually did like Floatzel, so it is kind of funny that he's really good right now in Gen 9. Uh, Grass types were really, really hit or miss for me. Or actually not even really hit or miss. They were really miss for me. So I'm gonna just put Leafeon here because out of all the grass types, I like Leafeon the best. Just because he's an evolution. Yes, I understand. Cheap cop out. I have like 4 evolutions on this list. For electric types, I like Luxray, even though he should have been electric dark. I just like him because of his design. And also Guts Luxray is a funny meme. Ice types, I'm gonna put Mamoswine here just because I'm saving Weavile for later. Fighting types, come on. Lucario. Meanwhile, Krogunk is my
I
favorite
respect
poison.
the Kogunk.
Yeah, I really like Krogunk, so Toxicroak is a no-brainer. I just like Lucario over Toxicroak. Ground types, though. There is so many ground types I can choose from, but it's going to have to go to Gliscor.
Ground types are stacked in
Yeah,
Gen 4.
ground types are stacked. And the only reason why I put Gliscor is because I'm putting Honchkrow for flying. Because I love like sucker punching people and getting like Moxie boost and then having to Brave Bird. I used Honchkrow so much in Gen 6. Second place goes to Star Raptor. I almost thought about putting Star Raptor on here, but eh. Psychic types, Gallade. I'm very met on Gallade, and the psychic types here was kind of like whatever, so I didn't really care. For bug types, I do like Drapion. So I could put Scorpy here, but Yon Mega is also cool, and he does get speed boosts, so I'm gonna just put Yon Mega there.
I think he also gets compound eyes, right?
Yeah, and
Let me
hit.
see.
Yeah, he gets compound eyes or
Mm-hmm.
tinted lens. I think he gets.
I was saying I'm looking up.
Right. I just respect Omega. He's just a really solid design, and I don't really like bug types that much. For rock types, I love Rampardos. He's actually like my favorite fossil Pokemon. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
well, Aerodactyl is my favorite fossil Pokemon, and then it's Rampardos. And,
Yeah, I
and
can't lie. I think Gen 4 rock types are super miss.
really,
Yeah, I don't
okay,
like any of them.
I don't. Okay, that's fair. But I like Rampardos because you know why spikes, and I like the raptors, and I like dinosaurs. I like the dinosaur looking uh
Hmm.
Pokemon. For ghost types, woo, this was very hit or miss, dog. Like the ghost types for me this gen were just miss me with that. But I mean, uh, Frostless. I guess she's just a really cool lead. For dragon, there's only one answer.
Gotcha. I
Ah,
mean,
they don't
Giratina.
have the or are they saving like their origin forms for like Legends Arceus?
I think they're pricing it for Legends
That's
Arceus.
fair. For dark types, Weavile. Top 10. Like he's definitely not top 10. He's definitely in my top 5, probably somewhere in my top 3. I don't even know. But I love Weavile. Weavile is such a cool mon. I just wish they didn't give him an ACL tear and completely nerfed him into oblivion in Gen 9. Like, come on, bring back Triple Axel for my boy and bring back Knockoff for my boy. Like, come on, dog. Stop playing with him. Or even if you don't bring back Knockoff, Beat Up is still pretty good. I've seen lead Beat Up Weavile, and you can at least just give him triple axle, and if you give him triple axle, then like things will look up, because swords dance, triple axle, low kick, and then like beat up and or night slash will get the job done with like pickpocket or something like that. Pressure. Best steel type, definitely Magnezone. Magnezone is just respectable, honestly. Uh, Togekiss because Mime Jr. is no competition. Best starter, Infernape. Best Mega is Lucario, by far none. Best Legend. And the reason why I go Lucario over Garchomp, even though I do like Garchomp, is because Garchomp is just kind of unnecessary. While Mega Lucario is just like broken and looks cool and destroys everything. Um, Best legend. I really did like Dialga. He was my favorite legend. I like the whole time aspect. And my most favorite out of all is going to be Weavile. Did you ever figure out what Yon Mega? Yo, Sky. Still not reading chat right now? Oh, I you just didn't say anything for a long time. Okay. Well, Sky's still here. I guess he just went to talk about it. While we are basically intermissioning. If you have anything to say in chat, say it right now.
Normal types.
We are in Gen 5.
Hmm.
I will look at chats right after I put in American Burb, because Braviary is a very, very cool Route 1 bird. Gen 5 favorite. Well, I'm not in the
Okay.
Gen 5 favorite yet, but American Bird is here. For fire types, I'm going to put
Uh,
actually Darmanitan. I like Darmanitan.
mhm.
I use Choice Scarf, Darmanitan, Sheer Force a lot in Gen 6.
This also is a very mid set of water
Bro,
types.
what is this? Dude, this is some garbage. I guess I'm just gonna put Jellicent here.
This Pringles, man.
Cause yeah, Pringles, man. Uh this is very mid. Besides like Ferrothorn and Superior, I like Superior because Contrary, Leaf Storm, very fun to spam. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Galvantula. Used him as uh a sticky web user. Now, a little caveat is Gen 5 designs were very meh to me. So yeah, it's going to be very cutthroat. You can't outdo a well-placed bear tick. Shouts out to Joey. That's the only reason why I'm putting this, because when I watched that one draft, that first ever draft league, the UCLA, and then I saw Joey as
Doesn't this thing get like
the
Swift Swim for
Bronx
some
Bear
reason?
Ticks. What was it? I think he gets Slush Rush. I don't know, but I mean,
I know he gets a really weird ability for some reason.
yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh, okay. So this is an interesting thing. Okay, so this is interesting. Um, I'm gonna put Mien Shao here because I loved fake out U-turn high jump kick regenerator Mien Shao with knockoff. And that shit pissed off my friend Brian because I had a jolly um banded or yeah, I had a jolly life orbed Mien Shao that did that in Gen 6 UU, and I pissed off my whole friend group with him. And that Mien Shao was like the most trollingest Mien Shao ever because they just could not stop him. And so for that reason, I put him there. I put him there.
Also,
Uh,
Beartick does learn Swift Swim.
Crazy. I'm gonna put the Shroom. I'm gonna put Mr. Shrooms here, just
Very
because.
funny man.
Yeah, very funny, man. Putting people to sleep. Oh man, wait a
Honestly,
minute.
this is pretty stacked.
Oh man, wait a
Honestly,
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm now rethinking all of my life decisions. Holy crap. Yeah. I'm a see I really did like Scrafty too. I love Scrafty. I was trying to find a way to fit in Scrafty on this list because I just love how he has to pull up his pants and stuff, but
yeah, was very solid though.
yeah, I had a really good because I also use Scrafty a lot in Gen 6 competitive and I also had a really good Scrafty that I cherished. Yeah, I'm very even flow, but I guess I like Mien Shao because Regenerator is just really good. And I already have an abundance of good dark types now for ground, Excadrill.
Mm-hmm.
Excadrill is just really amazing. Rapid Spinner, Rock Setter, Sweeper got banned in this gen because of Weather Wars. Can Sand Rush, like Sand Abuser, like he's just really good. For flying, Mandibuzz. Love me some Mandibuzz, dude.
Caveman bird.
Dude, I wish Mandibuzz was back. I heard Mandibuzz is coming back in the DLC, but we need Mandibuzz right now. As a dark type lover and connoisseur, we need Mandibuzz because I need a defogger that can U-turn and roost in monotype. That also can use Brave Bird. Basically, just the dark type Corviknight. So good. I use Mandibuzz religiously, especially like I paired Mandibuzz with T-Tar on my monotype teams in previous gens. I used Mandibuzz to counter T-Tars. She can toxic, has foul plays, just so many good. She's just so good. I love Mandibuzz. Psychic types. I mean, there's the Swoobat cheese, or then there's like the fetus.
Fetus was really strong in Gen 5.
Yeah, I mean, I remember using fetus. He's aight. I'm not really big into like out of all these psychic types, I can comfortably say that Metagross is the best, followed by like Espeon and then Alakazam.
Mhm. I would say this is probably my hardest one to pick for
Definitely,
me.
definitely Volcarona for me.
Yeah,
I
Volcano's
almost
amazing.
went Excavalier, but then I saw Volcarona. I was like, underneath no good conscience, I could put Excavalier over Volcarona. Bro, bro, what are these rock types, dog? What are these rock types? Like, I'm very curious. Tell me in chat who you would put for these.
Hmm.
I don't like any of these rock types. So I'm just gonna go Archeops because I think, like I said, I like dinosaur looking monsters, and I think he's just a very interesting, like Quetzalcoatl like dinosaur Pokemon. But having the ability defeatist blows like chunks hard. For ghost types, I like Chandelure, Choice Scarf, or not. You got Choice Scarf Chandelure, Choice Specs Chandelure, Sub Chandelure. He's just a really solid design. Nothing really too noteworthy, but nothing too weak. Oh my lord. This is like the hardest, and I mean the hardest choice ever. I'm going to have to give it to my boy Hydreigon.
That's close. I can tell. I
But
even like
it's
Dredagon, honestly. Dredagon is super
dude, I
OP.
remember back in my Gen 6 Mono Dragon team, I would use Drudagon to just set up rocks because Garchomp, I wasn't using defensive Garchomp because I was using offensive Garchomp because he was just really good. Uh Drudagon has rough skin and can do the same stuff Garchomp can do, but the difference is I can T-wave people. I don't know.
Hmm.
Like Drudagon is solid. Haxorus is also really good, and he is my runner-up because come on, Haxorus shiny is one of the best shinies
In the game.
in the game, in the series. But also Hydreigon is one of the best shinies in the series. And I
Really
love
great green one.
yeah, and I love Hydreigon. He is in my top 10. Hydreigon is in my top 10 somewhere. Because come on, he's King Ghidorah. He's my first ever shiny. He is my first ever legit shiny that I've caught. And I love how his OU is just so good. You can never go wrong with Hydreigon. Now, this is what we call stacked.
Yeah.
This is what we call stacked. I like, bro, this
Even
light.
Purloin isn't that bad.
No,
Or
dude,
Lipard. Yeah.
Lipard got banned, or the swagger stuff you could do with Lipard that got banned. I used to do that in Gen 6. Bro, almost all of these people were at once a part of my Gen 6 monotype team or a form of my Gen 6 mono dark team. Scraggy, Dragon Dance, Sweeper with Drain Punch, Zoroark, just he was in that movie and I loved his design, even though his illusion isn't really that great with normal Zoroark. It's better with Hisuian Zoroark.
Hmm.
He's still just really solid design wise, and when you have no other special attacker other than Hydreigon, he's still pretty solid. Crocodile, who I'm actually going to give Crocodile the uh my favorite dark type, is because A, I love his design. B, he has Moxie, so doing Scarf Crocodile Sweep is very fun. I actually did that to a Sky one time when I was facing his mono bug type team, and I came in with Scarf Crocodile and I stone edged my way to victory.
Yeah. Too bad you missed one time though.
Yeah.
And you just got obliterated.
Yeah. But on the other time, it was successful. And his shiny is pretty okay, but I just love
It's not.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it really isn't. But I was coping. I was coping. You got
no
me. You
coping.
got me. It's just I love Crocodile. He's just so cool. Look at him just being menacing, and they gave him close combat.
Also, can you put respects on Crocodile being Ash's ace in Gen 5
Oh yeah,
anime?
true, true. He picked a very respectable ace, and also I will say what sucks is that they took away Gunk Shot. I wish they still gave him Gunk Shot. Cause could you imagine where you could get Earthquake, Crunch, Gunk Shot, and close combat?
That's a nasty coverage.
That's nasty coverage, and then you can even change it up for for Stone Edge if you wanted to. He has nasty coverage, and he's super fun to use.
Super diverse.
For my favorite steel types, definitely Bisharp. Bisharp is super fun, super cool. I love Bish. I'm like thinking though. Yeah, yeah. I like Bisharp. I was thinking maybe I should take off Bisharp off the roster because to make room for like King Gambit or something. But nah, f that. Mhm. Because Bisharp was Poggers before King Gambit. It's just King Gambit is just uber Poggers, even further beyond Poggers. Due to communism, I have to select Whimsicott.
Also, you cannot pick it if you just don't like the Pokemon.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Superior is just better than Imbor in Samurott.
Hmm.
Unless we're talking Hisui and Samurott, but like normal Samurott, garbage. Gimmick
Oh God,
gimmick form. Oh, what is this? What is this
is
monstrosity?
is Gmax?
Megas over Gmax all the time. You're
Dude,
lucky.
I'm
You're
being
lucky,
honest.
Mega Audino. You
I'm being real. Mega Audino is so disappointing. I'm picking the other one.
f that, bro. F that. To mean to tell me you're gonna pick Dynamax Garbodor, f that. At least I can do
Yes,
some support. I can do some wish passing with this guy. I don't know what I can
dude.
do with this guy.
Dude, I don't care. Audino is so disappointing.
I mean, it is, but I think that's a shot at Gen 5 and that they should have did better. They should have done better in giving us more Mega Evolutions for the Gen 5 people. But dang, look at this stacked legendary roster. You got Genesect, you got Lando, you got Zekrom, Reshiram, you got the Sword Quartet, Victini, Thunderous, man, so many people. But I guess my favorite out of the bunch would be Lando T, because obvious reasons are obvious. He's just a really good switch arming knife in OU, and he is back to claim his rightful place as numero uno to take it away from Tusk. I don't know if he's going to take it away from Tusk, especially since Defog, but he's definitely going to be at least number two. Because I've seen people run both Great Tusk and Lando T on the same team.
And that says a lot.
Yeah, the ground inflation, bro. The ground type inflation is crazy this gen. Now my favorite Mon overall of 5th gen is definitely Hydreigon. No cap, like come on, bro. I underneath no circumstances I was choosing anyone other than Hydreigon, just based off of design wise. If I want to put in competitive wise, then yes, Hydreigon is still like the best, maybe other than Excadrill and Volcarona on this list. Gen 6. Gen 6.
Oh, they put the megas. I didn't know that.
They put the megas in Gen 6, which okay.
I, I wouldn't count because you got the gimmick forms.
Yeah, true. You know what? I'm gonna choose a Furfro. Yeah, I remember I made a funny toxic Furfro cotton guard fur coat set. Or he doesn't get cotton guard, or am I?
No, he gets fluffy.
Yeah, fluffy. I like Diggersby. I like swords dancing and like quick attacking with Diggersby.
Diggersby though.
Yeah, I used him a lot in Gen 6 actually. Fire types. Gotta go with Talonflame. Gen 6 Gale Wings was funny. Gen 6 Gale Wings was super funny. For water types, always gotta go with Frog. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like Frog. The Greninja inflation. The fact that Greninja dropped all the way to UU is very sad. Like, how could they massacre my boy, dog? For grass types, since I'm not really going to do a cheap cop out with the megas, I am going to put You know, I actually like Go-Goat. I used to do bulk up, earthquake, horn leech, Go-Goat. And you can also put leech seed just to be even funnier, or you could put sub. And his design isn't that bad. His design is not that bad. For electric types, like it's really only Heliolisk. And Heliolisk is good in his own right. I guess I'ma set up Aurora Veil. Fighting types, Lucha, Mucha Lucha. It's a brand Lucha. Like, also Mr. like the best shiny ever.
It's one of the best, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like it's one of the top 5. Like him,
black, purple, red.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's almost like it's the stream's colors, black, purple, red.
It's like literally he goes from like the superhero to like the evil.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
Lucha like switches, it's cool.
Yeah, and he reminds me of Mucha Lucha, which was a super cool show growing up. Like Hawlucha, Haxorus, Hydreigon, there was probably someone else on this list. Oh yeah, Umbreon. Those are some top 10 shinies. In Metagross, honestly, those are probably the top 5 shinies right there, dog. Like, those shinies are so good. Also, Bisharp. Bisharp shiny is really good. I don't know who I would knock off in the top 5. I would probably knock off Haxorus for Bisharp in the top 5, but Haxorus definitely it would be like honorable mention. For poison types, I actually do like Dragalge unironically. Just a really like he's really solid on Dragon Monotype and is able to live a couple of fairy type attacks with his amazing special defense, and then can also set up toxic spikes or just hit them really hard with Sludge Wave. Super good. And then the fact that they took away Flip Turn from him really does suck. But maybe he will get it back in the DLC. Who knows? Ground types. What is this?
They only have 2 choices.
And it's not, I can't even really change. It's literally pick a mega. You're forced to pick a mega. Or a legendary. For this reason, and for this reason alone, I will make an exception. And I'm going to put Mr. I should have gotten a game for myself here. Mr.
Yeah.
Pokemon Z that should have been a thing.
Mr. Sun and Moon featuring Zygarde from the X and Y series.
Mr. I'ma set up dragon dances and then sub behind so I can go into my perfect form and then start thousand arrowing people to oblivion, and then I have extreme speed in the back, even though I'm a hulking Megazord. Ah, and then if you went like 3 attacks no sub, then you slapped outrage on the end of it, or then you could go banded and have outrage, thousand arrows, extreme speed, and whatever other coverage move. I think he learned Stone Edge, or I don't even think you needed Stone Edge, but you just put
No,
in like,
all you need is just thousand arrows, dude.
yeah, true. All you really needed was
Anything else is secondary.
he was just he was done dirty. He was done dirty, and so for that reason, I'm gonna make an exception and put him in the best ground, in my favorite ground types. Noivern, just a really solid flying type, in the fact that Terrastalized normal boom burst Noivern got banned in like in anything, or like almost any ability, because people were slapping
Punk rock.
punk rock on him, was just really funny.
Dude, that makes sense though. That thing's a menace.
I mean, I love his coloring. Like I said, black, purple, and red, with like
And
a
white.
little splash of white and cyan there. See, his color pattern is just really good. I don't know. Black, purple, and red is just like my favorite color combination. Shout out Stygian Zenogre from the Monster Hunter series.
Oh yeah, true. But he has more gray there than black.
Yeah. Uh. I'm gonna go Malamar, because contrary shenanigans with superpower is funny. Enough said. What is this bullshit? This actual
invasion.
what what is this?
So which Vivillon's your favorite? This is basically what Vivillon form do you like the most?
I like the purple Vivillon, but I also like this red and white Vivillon. But like,
It's supposed to be a Pokeball.
oh, I see it now. So since I don't like Vivillon and Scatterbug, I'm gonna make another exception, and I'm going to put Scythe. I'm going to put Mega Caesar here, because you could do a lot with Mega Caesar. You can run him bulky and make him defensive, or you can run him like Swords Dance and sweep everything. For rock types, definitely going to be T-Tart. Or not T-Tart, but Tyrantrum. I like dinosaurs, and I think he's just a really cool Dragon Rock Mon. Even though he's not as good, he is still an RU menace, can set up Dragon Dance. He also has Rocky Head and can just rock like head smash everything into oblivion, while also having outrage, while also having like elemental fangs and or earthquake. So for ghost types, Mr. Sword and Shield himself, Aegislash, come on. Like, Mr. I got banned in Ubers this gen because I had 150 stat distribution. Oh, and dragon types. I actually liked Gudra. I used Gudra a lot. I used AV Gudra a lot. So I like him better than, well, I have to actually just go Gudra, because every other dragon type on this list is on the list without an exception. And that kind of goes to show you, like, this dragon inflation, though. Like, they were knocking it out of the park with these dragons.
Or it's more that, like, they had no Pokemon in Gen 6.
True.
There was none. There's because Megas took up a lot of the space.
Dang, this is all of my dark types? Okay, well, I'll just put Greninja here and I can double back and I mean Barbarical is pretty cool, I guess. Man, out of all of the water types, okay, wait. So Greninja is in two areas, and I have to basically now dissect which one I like most.
That's psychic.
What does Delphox do again?
Mm.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna put Delphox here for psychics because at first I wanted to use Finnegan, but then when I saw the final evolutions, I swapped to using Greninja. So I'm gonna have to. So Greninja is still best water. I'm gonna put Malamar for dark, and then I'm gonna put I'm gonna put Delphox for psychic, and plus Delphox's design is pretty all right, if I do say so myself. For steel types, the keys, bro. Come on, you gotta remember, back in Gen 6, these keys were running everyone's fade. You could put up reflect, you could put up light screen, you can T-wave people, you could foul play people, you could swagger people, and then foul play people. Like, this guy right here is single-handedly the reason why swagger got banned. Because he had priority swagger, and then he has a godlike he has a godlike type coverage of steel fairy. And then we come here to these fairy types. And at first I wanted to put Florges because Florges wish passing was cool. Sylveon was cool, but man, I'm torn because like I used Slurpuff a lot, but who do I like better, Slurpuff or Sylveon though? Ooh,
Sylveon,
this
honestly.
yeah, I kind of this is by a hair because I also like I kind of like the shenanigans with Unburdened Slurpuff, but I do like Sylveon. You can play him. I remember back when Baton Pass was legal, he was a really good baton passer. Sylveon was OU. He was really strong. He has Pixelate, so you can do like hyper voice shenanigans. And hit through people's subs. You could be tanky with him and do like a wish pass uh set where you have baton pass, wish, leftovers, hyper voice. And then you can also calm mind set up with him. So and then he also had like Psyshock. So all around good. Like all around really good. Love Sylveon. Love the addition of Sylveon. I just didn't really like how you went about evolving him. It was kind of like complicated and unnecessary. Uh best starter definitely is Greninja. Also, going back to Sylveon, how do you evolve an Eevee into a Sylveon now?
It's oh no, you just do camping and like raise up the friendship from there. I think it's friendship now. I don't know.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. But yes, best starter Greninja. There is no like, come on, look at these two. Look at these two like Weenie Hut Junior starters that got put with this beast of a starter. This beast of a starter, dog. Uh, best mega evolutions. Like every mega is on the table, and when every mega is on the table, no one's Mega.
Yeah.
Since I already have Mega Absol as my favorite in one point, I'm going to give it to Mega Salamence for how much shit he fucked up in the Ubers and how broken he was. I love Mega Mints, and I wanted to give Mega Mints back here in Gen 3, but I gave it to Mega Absol. So I'm gonna give it to Mega Mints here. Because I love how he was like a red crescent moon, like an Akatsuki, which that translates to red moon in Japanese. Like, he's cool, and that's why I named my Roaring Moon Akatsuki, because I loved I love this guy, and plus I used him on my Aurus team. My favorite legend was what was my favorite legend? I mean, Primal Groudon is cool. Wait, can I? Yeah, it doesn't. Like, Primal Groudon is cool. Don't get me wrong. Mega Rayquaza is cool, but I guess if I'm not going to consider them and I'm going to just do Gen 6 exclusive, it's going to be Xerneas, because Geomancy Xerneas was just running fades in singles. Like with Power Herb, Geomancy, Xerneas. And my favorite Gen 6 my favorite Gen 6 Mon overall is definitely going to be Greninja. Like, come on, look at this list, dog. Greninja just outright wins. The runner up is definitely Hawlucha, but homie is homie is strong. I love Greninja. Now we're in the final three. Final three gens. Gen 7. Gen 7, honestly, is my least favorite gen. It surpassed Gen 5 being my least favorite gen. Or maybe I would say Gen 6 is my least favorite gen.
For me,
Because
it's Gen 6 because it was too
yeah,
short
yeah,
and too
honestly,
easy.
like Gen 6. See, so this is weird. Gen 6 is actually my least favorite gen because Gen 6, even though it brought mega evolutions and I loved mega evolutions, a lot of the other mons aren't really that great, and I would much rather the Gen 5 mons over the Gen 6 mons, and Gen 5 at least had some difficulty to it in a pretty good story, while Gen 6 lacked in a story aspect. Gen 7, pretty good story, heavily lacked in the Pokemon aspect, and in the competitive aspect was probably my least favorite gen I like to play competitively. So they're like Gen 6 and then Gen 7 are basically my least two favorite gens, is what I'm trying to say. But uh for the best normal type, all of these are garbage. But I guess I'm a go Beware for at least being a menace in having Fluffy. The best fire type definitely goes to Alolan Marowak, because I remember, dude, remember that Alolan Marowak live we did?
Trick Room, I think
Yeah,
it was.
we did Trek Room Alolan Marowak, and we were able to get off some like really poggers Flare Blitz Rocky Head kills. Yeah. Love this dude. But honestly, wait. I don't know. I'm gonna see how the list plays out before I change it up anything. This fire type a list is to be determined, because I just forget what dark types were there. For water, this looks like some shit that you like.
I love all these water types.
I guess
Except Bructish.
I ah, uh, gosh. This is disgusting, bro. I guess Toxapex? I don't know. The Gen 7 waters were really like bringing it down for me. But dang, not as much as ooh, I hated all of these Gen 8 grass. I am going to make an executive this gen I'm going to make uh uh an executive decision to allow ultra beasts to be thrown in the mix and also allow
No, you should
legendary.
count. No, you should count Ultra Beasts
Yeah, I'm gonna
because
count.
they're not legendaries.
Yeah, so Cartana is going to be my favorite out of these. uh
Hey, yo, which hat do you want?
Oh man, oh bro, like what the heck am I seeing? So my only choices is this crappy golem, this tree, Zero Aura, Surfs Up Pikachu, and Electric Chicken statue. I'm gonna go with tree. I actually like Xurkitree. I use Xurkitree
Oh,
on. I remember using Xurkitree a lot in Gen 7. It's just his speed hindered him, but that was what made him balance. Because if he was fast, he would have ran everyone's fades. And the fact
if
that
he
he
just
also
cracked,
got,
if he just cracked 100 speed, like more than just like if he was
he'd be
101, he would get
banned.
menace.
Dude, he'd be
Yeah,
banned because he has Tail Glow, dog. Tail Glow, Energy Ball, Dazzling
Beast
Gleam,
Boost.
and Beast Boost, and Thunderbolt. Or you don't even need that. You just like Thunderbolt, Volt Switched, Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleamed. He'd actually be a huge menace in nowadays. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he'd honestly just be Regieleki 2.0.
Yeah, just tear ice.
Yeah, just you Terra Ice him. Sacrifice Dazzling Gleam coverage for Terra Ice, or sacrifice Energy Ball coverage for Terra Ice, and then Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and then you have Dazzling Gleam or Energy Ball. Probably Energy Ball because it hits harder, or Dazzling Gleam just to hit other coverage. Or in a VGC standard, Dazzling Gleam to hit two people. Yeah, interesting. Ice types, Alolan Ninetales. It like I love how elegant looking Alolan Ninetales looks. For fighting types, come f with your boy, like dog. Like Komodo is honestly one of my favorite mons, and he's probably top two because I remember I spent so long trying to grind for a Jangamo just to get a Komodo. Like I paused fighting the Elite Four just to grind for a Jangamo that took me like a couple of days. That and I mean, no, I don't think it took me a couple of days. I think it took me like a week, and I got him. Like I was committed. So yes, Komodo is definitely my favorite. And the only reason why I put Komodo here is because I think there's other dragon types that are good. So this is a to be determined. Yeah, Gen 7 is like the one that I have to go back and like revert everything. I like Naganadel. I like Alolan Muck. Like Alolan Muck did grow on me. I'm meh to Nihilego. And Toxapex is okay, but I like Salazzle. I think it's cool that it's a poison type that can toxic other poison types and steel types. And I also just love its shiny. Really good shiny. Definitely top 10 shiny.
Good luck
I
getting it though.
what?
Mhm.
Wait, what?
Good luck getting it though.
Yeah, good
Good
luck.
luck getting shiny.
Yeah, true.
You have to go through 2 RNG checks.
Uh
Yeah.
dang. What is this?
Yeah, Zygarde is there because these two were introduced in that game.
So I got Diglett with hair, a pile of sand, a sand castle. You're still going? Yeah, I'm still going. Uh, I guess if I wanted to cheat, I could put him there. I guess I'll just put Mudspray. He's aight. For flying types. Oh my lord, what is this what is this trash? What is this actual trash? I I guess I'm gonna put flamenco bird. I'm gonna put Oricorio fire over here, or I forgot this form of Oricorio, but I'm putting Oricorio here because he represents a form of dance known as flamenco, and flamenco is a form of dance originated in Spain, and I am part Spanish, so I'm just going cultural with that one. But you got pom pom. Sorry, my cat had to be let out. So you got like pom pom, like American cheerleader pom pom dance or choreo, standard Hawaiian hula hoop, like Polynesian like hula dancer, choreo. You got traditional Japanese fan geisha dancing choreo, and then like spicy flamenco choreo, Spanish choreo. Um, for psychic types, dang, psychic types are really losing out here. But I guess Surf's up Pikachu because he knows Surf. Bug types. I like Arachnid. And the reason why I like Arachnid is I'm gonna tell
Because
you a
of
story.
me.
I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a bug catcher named Sky. He came up to me and he said, "Yo, dude, look at this bug." And I said, "Ew, bugs, gross. I don't like bugs." And he said, "No, no, dude, just trust me on this." So one day, we used AV Arachnid, and there we were. Our last mon, their last mon, and our Arachnid had a third of its health. Our Arachnid was max special defense, 248 HP. We were like, at first, I thought, dang, we lost. Sky and I looked at each other. We gave ourselves the salutes. It was a good game. Thunderbolt from Galvantula connected. And I forgot. I think this Galvantula was, he
I
came.
wasn't even a advance. Actually, it
I
wasn't
think
a
it was.
Minitrick.
Was it a Magnetric? I don't know. It was.
It was an electric type.
It was an electric type, either Galvantula or Magnetric. We looked at each other. We said good games. We played our best because honestly, it was a good game. We had it. We came down to the wire. He hit the
It was a
thunder.
1v1
Yeah,
situation.
yeah. It was a 1v1 situation. He hit a thunderbolt, and to my surprise, this this Thunder Week Pokemon survived on like 10% HP or 5% HP
It was like
from
5.
yeah, it was like 5% HP from like 35% with AV, max special defense, and 248 HP again against a Thunderbolt, and we liquidated. And thank you to his ability, Water Bubble gave us an extra boost, and we completely obliterated and won the game and came back. So forever since then, Sky put me on Arachnid, and I have to respect Arachnid's gangster.
I've always said this. Arachnid is one of the funniest Pokemon of all time.
And he doesn't get burned.
Yeah, he's a beat to burn. It's just Water Bubble. If he didn't have Water Bubble, I wouldn't like him as much.
Yeah, like Water Bubble really makes it. Like, I don't really care for his design, but it's Water Bubble. And you know what's a funny in real life story today? I saw my mom, and she was cleaning and organizing the garage when I got home today, and I showed her that I found um a clean baby stroller, or not baby stroller, like a clean baby car seat on the side of the road. And I took it and I put it back to my garage because I overheard someone say that they were lacking a baby seat. Like I know my brother has one for his daughter, and so that's why I grabbed another baby seat so mom could have one, so they don't have to keep on like moving a baby seat in between my brother and my mom's car. Next thing you know, my mom's inspecting the baby seat, and she turns it around, and we saw this huge, I mean this huge spider, and we think it was a brown recluse, and I jumped back like, gosh, that was scary. And so my mom like took it out and like threw it and then stomped and then like smashed it, because like, dog, that shit scared me. I do not do bugs. Ooh. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to the rock types, there's only one correct choice, and that is Lycanroc midday form. Why? He has his own Z move. He can swords dance.
Oh no, every other Lycanroc has the same one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Lycanroc in general has his own Z move. Stone
Mhm.
Edge. I just wish he has a dude. If we gave Lycanroc Stone Axe, Lycanroc would be so good. Like
Yeah, it would
midday.
make no sense.
I don't care. I don't care. There's other thing, like if Wooper can get Ice Punch, we can give Stone Axe to like Tyranitar and Stone Axe to
But
Lycanroc.
you really don't want to give T-Tar Stone Axe,
I
bro.
do
Let's
want to
just be
give
honest.
T-Tar Stone Axe because
No,
AV
I'm
T-Tar would be
good.
good. Because T-Tar's already UU, so Stone Axe T-Tar AV would be really good. And come
Yeah,
on,
the
look at those
OU good.
spikes. But look at those spikes right now. Like no, he wouldn't be OU God. I mean, like he gets outsped and threatened out with close combat. So in this meta, he would basically have to either switch out or be forced to Terra. So that's what would keep him balanced. You would stone axe. You would do a slow stone axe to set up rocks, and then you would basically hit up people with like ice beam coverage, heavy slam, and like or like not rock blast, but like crunch, and then be like sassy with AV in like a stat spread that like puts some attack investment in, but mostly HP and special defensive investment, maybe even a little bit of defensive investment, since you're running AV and a little bit of special defensive investment, and you have Sandstream. You really don't need all of the investment in special defense. Homie would be a menace, and he would come back to OU rightfully so. Uh, ghost types. So swapping back over here with Marowak. Okay. Swapping back over here with ghost types. I guess I'm gonna put Mimikyu. No. I'm gonna put Decidueye here, but I'm probably gonna have to come back to ghost types because I can't really make a whole favorite ghost types without having to make my favorite dark types. For dragon, oh
Hmm.
well, I gotta put homie right here and then change up to monkey right here because I also do like Passimian. I do like in lower tiers he had like U-turn and it was close combat, and I did like the little like fast fighting type. I did use him in the early stages of Gen 7 before I got a Komodo, and then I kicked him off my team. So Passimian's still good. And then yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Oh, honestly, Alolan Muck did grow on me. So, but then you had, yeah, Alolan Muck grew on me. So I'm gonna put Alolan Muck here. I'm going to swap this around and put Alolan Marowak here, and then put Incineroar here. And that is the reason why I didn't say anything about Incineroar, is because I wanted to wait until this point, because I didn't know if Incineroar was going to be on the fire, on my favorite fire, or my favorite dark. But since he is on my favorite fire, this man is Mr. VGC himself. He comes in, he fakes you out, sets up drops your stats with, or your attack with intimidate, and then parting shots out and laughs at you, and then comes back in and does the same thing, and then hits you with Darkness Lariat that doesn't care about your stat boosts. Like,
And can hit Flare Blitz.
yeah, and then has Flare Blitz, and then has Leech, and then like has also Leech Seed. So if you want to do an AV set, then you
There's
can
no way he
leech.
gets Leech Seed.
Not Leech Seed, I meant Leech Life. Then he has
I was
Leech
about
Life,
to
and
say.
in this gen, Leech Life got a uber buff from base 20 to base 80 power, and now you can run a special defensive AV Incineroar with a U-turn, Leech Life. Yeah, he does get U-turn, right? I'm sure he does.
Yeah. Also, real talk.
What?
The only reason that Leech Life got buffed is because of Buff Wall,
True.
and that is my headcanon.
True. But usually you go heavy duty boots on this guy, but still like you also have Drain Punch, and I've seen the whole like bulk up flame charge power trip Drain Punch set. That's also a really fun one to do. It's just really fun. And then same with Alolan Muck. Like AV Alolan Muck is just stupidly fun because you have Drain Punch now. You can Terrasilize with them and Terra like fight to get more Drain Punch, or do like flying or a different coverage option for a defensive Terra. You got Poison Touch, Gunk Shot that gives a 30% damage, nuke button, even though it can miss. And if you don't want to miss, go Poison Jab so you could just poison people. Knockoff to poison people. Back in Gen 7, he had Pursuit, so he was like an amazing Pursuit trapper that still poison people. And then he also had Shadow Sneak that he can then Shadow Sneak people to get off of a priority sack, like a priority move to try to poison a person before you sacked him off. Just so many things you can do. And then the fact that he still can run Ice Punch for ground coverage and Fire Punch for steel coverage, even though you don't need Fire Punch anymore, since it's just better to run the fighting coverage with Drain Punch, since that will basically cover steals besides steel flyings, but at least give you a little bit of you know health back. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just all around better. Um, for steel types, I'm gonna go with Sand Slash. Like Sand Slash's design was pretty good, and also Slush Rush Sand Slash is cool. I just feel like Slush Rush would do so much better in this metagame where you can do Chilly Reception, Slow Bro, or Slow King into like Slush Rush Sand Slash. And I have lost games due to a person literally going Slush Rush Sand Slash, Alolan Sand Slash, setting up Swords Dance, and he's bulky enough to take a hit, and then Icicle Crashing, and then like heavy slamming or like iron heading or whatever iron stab he uses, and then the last attack is like either rapid spin for for hazard removal or another coverage option.
Mm-hmm.
Very very solid. And for fairy types, I'm gonna go Mimikyu, Enough Said, Disguise, Swords Dance, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, Play Rough. Gets the job done. For starter, we are going to go Incineroar. I think Incineroar personally is just better than everyone else on the list because of his VGC presence. And come on, like, sure, Primarina is kind of good in singles because like you're pretty bulky and you got water moot coverage and moonblast coverage, but since Scald is taken out of the game, I feel like that severely nerfs Primarina and makes Primarina just on the same level as Incineroar, but then Incineroar has just more utility with like fake out and U-turning and parting shot and intimidate. So, the best gimmick form is so we're only considering Alola's. I don't really consider Alola's gimmicks, and if anything is a gimmick, I would say Ash Greninja should be here as the gimmick. But since I can't choose Ash Greninja, I'm gonna go with Ultra Necrozma.
I'm sad that he's just deleted from the game.
Dude, I'm sad he's deleted from the game too. Wait, that in Ultra or Ultra Necrozma?
Yeah, it's Ultra Necrozma that's deleted from the game. Just Ultra Necrozma.
Oh yeah, and Ash Greninja too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But also, come on. Ultra Necrozma is more godlike than Arceus, let's be real.
true. The person that can destroy a whole dimension.
Dude, he just absorbed all that. It was like, bye.
But I don't know. After those buffs Arceus got, I think Arceus is back at being the god because come on.
No, I'm saying design wise.
I know design wise, but
because like the Ultra Necrozma is like the ruler of light and like controls everything light and it can take or give anything and give off light.
Ultra Necrozma is at least the second strongest Pokemon in existence next to Arceus.
Yeah, because I think Ultra Necrozma can definitely beat the time duo and Giratina.
Yeah. My favorite legendary was Solgaleo, and it was funny because there was a nickname that I was running around in Gen 7 because I photoshopped a picture of my face and posted up on Solgaleo because back then obviously Madagascar was a huge thing. My name is Alex, and then in marching band people just call me Alex the Lion. That's just a really cheesy joke. And also because my curly hair just kind of makes it a lion's mane.
I feel that because people used to do the Rocky quote on me.
Ah, dang.
Adrian! Every time.
Ooh. It's been so long since I've seen Rocky. But yeah, so there was a nickname that I called myself Soul Galax. And yeah, I love Solgaleo. I just thought Solgaleo just needed a couple of buffs though.
His buff was being absorbed by Ultra by Necrozma.
Yeah, I was kind of sad that his buff was absorbed by Necrozma, which I still like that. It's just I wish that Solgaleo had more, like, I don't know, give him bulk up and give him Morning Sun, give him body press, and then Sunsteel Strike, like. And also, I didn't like the fact that Sunsteel Strike and Moongeist Beam essentially did nothing. Like, it just felt like wasted opportunities.
Don't they ignore abilities?
Yeah, they ignore abilities. All they are just like Zekrom and Reshiram shtick or Darkness Lariat's shtick, which
much stronger.
Yeah, which it sucks that Darkness Lariat's no longer a special move relegated to Incineroar. It's so stupid. But
water shuriken isn't Greninja's thing anymore. Which is
wait. Who gets water shuriken now?
Try to guess. You'll never guess it. This is a bug type from Gen 5 that's a ninja.
Bro, no way. No. Bug type that's Gen 5 from here. Bug type that's Gen 5. There's
That's
no
water.
there's no bug type that's Gen 5 from water.
No bug. He's just a bug type.
Wait. He's just a
He is.
bug?
Yeah, no. Go to Gen 5 bugs. It's Exogor. There
Ex-
you go. Everyone.
and he gets water sugar. Bro, that's
Yeah, like the
lame.
guy next to Durant. It's because he's a ninja.
Ninja, I get, dude, that's so
That's
stupid.
that's it.
At,
He's a
at
ninja.
at that point, give Ninjask water shuriken. It ninja's in his name.
Basically, yeah.
Anyways, my favorite Gen 7 Mon is none other than Amo. I really do like Lycanroc as a design. It's just I feel like it shies away from top 10, but he's definitely top he's definitely
15,
yeah,
20.
top 15. Getting into Gen 8 though, a very controversial gen, and I see that
Mhm.
they have Hisuian Mons, and since
I'll
they
count them.
I count them. But since
Yeah,
they
I'll count.
have Hisuian Mons, I was going to give my favorite normal type to Obstagoon. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hold off. I'm going to actually hold off and I'm going to give it to Obstagoon because I still love Obstagoon. He is a low-key threat. I love Obstruct. It is using Obstruct into like Flame Orb, into like Reckless, Double Edge, and like Crunch, and just doing switcheroo shenanigans, parting shot shenanigans. He's just a really fun and unique Mon, and I love how they made him like kind of like a punk theme to to shout out like the punk rock music scene, or the British punk rock music scene of the 80s, since Galar is based off of the UK. So that's my reasonings for liking him. For favorite fire type, I'm gonna go Cinderace. Because I actually do like Cinderace, just a hair bit less than
I
Rillaboom.
get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, I know. uh, I'm going to go. Do I go Dracofish or do I go Scuda?
There's three really funny fishes right here.
And a bear.
No, no, yeah, no, there is fast fish, vicious rend, and ghost fish. And they're all three really funny in their own way.
Oh yeah, dude. Bro, I don't even know who really to go with.
For me, I'm going with the big fish.
Vicious Renfish.
No, the other fish, the Basket Legion, personally, but from the three you have chosen up.
I'm gonna go Barraskewda because flip turn, because even though Barraskewda got nerfed this gen, if you guys remember, flip turn, liquidate, in rain, swift swim, adamant nature, max speed, max attack, Barraskewda was taking lives, and they gave him close combat, and I also think he also has like psychic fangs or some stuff like that. I don't know. Barraskewda is just a really funny mon, but not as funny as this Mon right here. This monkey, this beast that got nerfed for no reason. They need to revert all the nerfs that they gave to this man. They took away superpower. Even though they took away superpower, so all he has now is just drain punch. So I mean, that's good in its own right, and he also gets low kick, which is also good in its own right. But come on, dog, that was like his main nuke for Corviknight, and and you have to like terrasilize drain punch to get any extreme mileage out of it. Or better yet, you just terrasilize Terra Blast Fire to cover Corv, and do like a choice scarf set where you like choice scarf wood hammer, U-turn, knock off, terrasilize fire. But he still sets up the grassy terrain, still a better terrain setter than Tapu Bulu, which that in and of itself he should be proud of. We just need Grassy Glide to come back. We just need Grassy Glide to come back and be put on him, and we'll be good. We'll be good because Choice Band, Grassy Glide, knockoff, U-turn, Drain Punch slash Wood Hammer. Delicious. I love my monkey. For electric type, Toxtricity. We're gonna go Toxtricity low key because I play bass guitar, and I own two bass guitars. One was gifted to me, and the one that was gifted to me I gave to my brother, and it was over at my grandparents' house. I love Toxtricity. Used him in my Gen 9 playthrough, in my Gen 8 playthrough. Just really solid. And yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh boy. Snowman.
Monkey.
More monkey. Look at these 3 monkeys. Darmanitan, G Darmanitan, Rillaboom. Like, dude, G Darmanitan was fucking stupid. It was.
He literally went monkey mode.
He went actual ape shit. Like he was actually a super menace that he transcended Ubers for a minute.
Basically.
Oh yeah, best fighting type, Sneasler. By far none. Dire Claw shenanigans right now in the gym is completely pissing off everyone.
Yeah, but like shit, it's so annoying.
But he's so cool though. It's so fun to use. This week we're gonna make a Sneasler Dire Claw team. Poison. I didn't really like Octa. Wait, what the hell is this? I thought Octa.
Oh, he's just pure fighting.
No, but like, no, I thought he was just a single evolution. He had a pre-evolution?
Yep.
What in the world? What was the other? I mean, like, oh yeah, Overquill. I actually like Overquill. I think he's cool. It's a really good hazard setter. There's only one correct option, and that's Cocaine Bear. He is running everyone's fades right now in OU, and this was the Mon Sky was just waiting on.
Dude, I knew the second it was gonna come out, it was just gonna be slapping everybody's shit. I'm like, dude, the second this comes out, he's gonna be slapping shit everywhere.
He single-handedly made Trick Room a viable.
Yeah, because he has every single move under the sun, or moon in his case. And like he's a normal ground type. What do you want from him? He's like, I am Big Bear, and you're catching these claws.
He really is. He is Papa Bear. They call him Papa Bear. Bugs really hit this gen. You said. Bugs hit which gen? Gen 9 or Gen 8?
I would say there's 3 gens I feel like they hit. It's 5, 7, and 8. I feel like bugs really hit. Gen 5 is the hardest hitting bugs though, by far.
True. My favorite flying type is definitely none other than Corviknight. I mean, I could also put Dynamax Corviknight to flex, but I honestly don't remember what Gigantamax Corviknight does.
It's just the same. Like, it doesn't really change a lot. Like, it's still like the same design.
I love Corviknight. We nicknamed Corviknight a pseudo dark type because originally I thought he was going to be a dark type, but he isn't a dark type. He's just a steel flying type that just looks very menacing like a dark type. And I love that. He's so cool. Definitely my favorite flying gen. person. Hatterene is my favorite. Well, I'm trying to think what all fairy types. I'm gonna put Hatterene here because I love using Hat in this meta just with Magic Bounce, and so I only really like Hatterene on a competitive basis and not really an in-game or a design basis. But I'm gonna just kind of move on and come back when I can. For bug types, Cleavor, like, come on, look at these stone axes. My man is setting up stealth rocks on you. Doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if your hat is just really good right now. For, or wait, that's for bug. For rock type, I did not put Hisui and Arcanine for my favorite fire because I was going to save him for rock because this man is a whole nuke button right now. And if I liked Arcanine, I'm definitely going to like Hisui and Arcanine. And this dude destroys everyone, everybody with Rocky Head or yeah, with Rockhead, Head Smash, and Flare Blitz, and Wild Charge, and E Speed. And then you can also put Morning Sun on him if you're going to run Life Orb. So crazy. Also, I would like to make a whole adjustment because I forgot this gen. Wait, no. Actually, no. I'm not going to make an adjustment because I know exactly where this is going to happen. My favorite ghost type is Hisuian Zoroark because this design is one of the best designed Pokemon, and now since he is our first and only normal ghost, his illusion ability works super well with this. And not only that, he has an amazing coverage. He can use Hyper Voice, you can use Shadow Ball. If you want to do statusing, you can use his signature move that can freeze people. You can have Will-O-Wisp on this dude. You have access to Flamethrower. Uh, you can run him Choice Scarf. You can run him Choice Specs. You can run him Focus Sash, which Focus Sash is my favorite uh way to run him. And he's also really fast and can hits pretty hard and has like a lot of mind game shenanigans to him. Such a good mon. And that is why he's my favorite ghost type of Gen 8. Meanwhile, my favorite dragon type of Gen 8 is none other than Dragapult, which is one of my favorite mons in existence. Maybe possibly my favorite mon in existence. I don't really know where I put Dragapult, but he is definitely top 3. I think top 3 is Dragapult, Weavile, and Komodo. Those are definitely my top 3 wherever, but depending on where, I don't know where each one comes into top 3. But I do remember in Gen 8 Dragapult was almost on every single one of my team this gen. It was insane. Like, Dragapult was crazy. There is no doubt about it. And then for dark types, we got Grimmsnarl, who I also liked because Grimmsnarl sets up screens, can taunt people, can purr out. No, actually, I just got word. I just got word. I'm swapping out. I just forgot Hisuian Samurott was a thing, so I'm swapping out Basculegion for Hisuian Samurott because come on, Ceaseless Edge, dog. Like, Ceaseless Edge makes me love Hisuian Samurott just on the competitive thing. But coming back to Grimmsnarl, Mr. Grimmsnarl, that when he Gigantamaxes looks like the most menacing Attack on Titan ever.
It's just Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's just Bayonetta. He's just Bayonetta. He's just really cool. I loved his design, and I love how we got a dark fairy type. I love his utility. Cool. I love everything about him, and I love that he has Spirit Break, which I believe is his special attack.
Signature move. Yeah. Was his signature move.
And can lower special attacks.
Mm-hmm.
For steel types, I like Duraludon. But I also prefer Hisui and Gudra. I was really excited for this thing. I'm so happy that Hisuian Gudra makes Gudra better, and he's super tanky. I love using him on my mono type team currently. Just an amazing mon. Cannot get enough of him. And for fairy types, dog. Actually, for psychic types, I'm gonna go with Hisuian Braviary because I forgot he gets Esper Wing, and you could do some really crazy like stored power shenanigans, or like do Esper Wing and start sweeping people with Calm Mind. Which means over here we're gonna put Hat. So everything good I said about Hat applies for this fairy category. For starters, I go Rillaboom because Rillaboom's my favorite starter this gen. I love grassy gliding on people with Choice Band, and I love setting up terrain. Really good utility. We have a lot of gimmicks. Uh, we have a lot of gimmicks here.
Cheese.
And a lot of cheese. I'm not going to count the Hisuians because I don't really count them as gimmicks. I'm not going to count the Galarians because I don't count them as gimmicks. So I'm going to only really do the Dynamax people. And out of all of the Dynamax people, which one was
The ultimate gimmick one technically is Eternamax. That is the biggest gimmick.
Yeah. Which Dynamax did what? Which Gigantamax did what, bro? Because I'm forgetting.
Uh, the elephant one set up steel spikes. Grimmsnarl put you to sleep. Gmax Eternatus is the highest statted Pokemon in existence. His
Oh,
lowest stat is like 120.
oh, bro, he's a gigantic hand.
Yeah. The Urshifus kind of ignore Protect. They ignore Gmax Protect.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Who do I go? I mean, I didn't really care about Eternatus, but for the sake of choosing one of the Dynamaxes, I'm going to go with Wicked Blow Urshifu because he's One Punch Man. And he's my favorite out of the Urshis.
Yeah, One Punch Urshifus is better than Rapid.
And then for my favorite legendary, come on, it's a no-brainer. It is Zacian, and we're gonna put some respect on his name and give him Behemoth Blade,
That's
Mister
pretty cool. I didn't notice that.
Mister Anything Goes.
The
In
most
Gen
broken
8,
Pokemon ever.
one of the most broken Pokemon, so broken that they had to nerf him, but for some reason they didn't nerf every other broken Pokemon. And he is also my favorite legendary in existence because he reminds me of Sif from Dark Souls, and he is Sword Doggo. And I love wolves, and he is a wolf with a sword. There's so much to love about him. And my favorite Mon this generation will be Dragapult because, come on, he's top 3, dog. Like, Dragapult is so good, and he's so fast.
Mm-hmm. Last generation.
Last generation. Last generation. Up here. Last generation, man. It's been fun, but here it comes. Mousehold. Wait, I'm gonna put 4. I'm gonna put the whole family here. Mousehold is just funny to me. Population bomb, tidy up, like that's just funny to me. My favorite fire type. My favorite fire type has to be Tauros. Tauros fire. Just because like he just looks so cool, and he's really good too. With intimidate and will-o-wisp, heavy duty boots, body press, just a really good mon. For water types, I would put Walking Wake. I like Walking Wake. He was a really fun water type. I think Palafin's a little too just outrightly broken. Same with Delibird, that it didn't really make it enjoyable. And the reason why I didn't put Tauros Water here is because I already have Tauros Fire, and I think Tauros Fire looks cooler than Tauros Water. So we put Walking Wake, which I also like. For grass types, there's the one and only Mioscarda, because protein, he's Weed Cat, like dog, Flower Trick shenanigans is funny to me. Like, it's basically just it is just Wicked Blow that never misses. That's just a little bit weaker in its grass type. That's some funny stuff. My favorite electric type, hands.
Like,
He's gotten us out of predicaments a lot in competitive this gen. My favorite ice type, Big Bax Caliber, which this could potentially change at a moment's notice, because I really forget what other dragon types came in this. No, oh, wait. No, I know what other dragon types came in. Yeah, I could safely say Bax Caliber is my favorite ice type this gen. He's Big Bax. My favorite fighting type, Primate, or Annihilate. Annihilate is just really, really, really cool. Again, this might change, and if it does change, it will end up changing into Great Tusk, but Great Tusk could also just be on another spot. We got Poison. Clodsire, my favorite poison type right now. Because look how happy he is. He's just happy sitting on you, because he's just a very thick, unaware, special defensive monster. For ground types, the greatest of Tusks is here. He's just a menace to society. For flying types, Jug. I do like Iron Jug. I do like Iron Jug. I know a lot of people don't like Iron Jug, but I actually do like Iron Jug. He's really good on rain teams, and I like how fast he is. Good with energy booster and whatnot. Psychic types, Armarouge. Armarouge is my favorite psychic type. Bug type. My favorite bug type this gen is Low Kicks, because just first impressioning everything this gen is fun. Favorite rock type, I guess Minecraft. Even though I really don't like him, but I guess if
mining away.
Yeah, if I'm using him, I guess I'll like him a little bit more. Favorite ghost type. Dang, what is this ghost inflation? I have so many good options from like Fluttermane to Golden Go to Dirge to Houndstone, but I'm gonna go Ceruledge, because I do like both Armarouge and Ceruledge, and Ceruledge reminds me of a Kingdom Hearts Heartless. Now for dragons. Now for dragons, I'm gonna put Cyclizard, because I just really love the utility with Cyclizard. I think he's really cool. I like how he's a bike, and I like how he's like a normal dragon that's really good. And then the Shedtail shenanigans before it got banned was complete and utter insanity. Chaos. It was actually chaos. For dark types, my favorite dark type is Roaring Moon. He has to be on this list. I spent so long trying to get Shiny Roaring Moon, and I finally got Shiny Roaring Moon, making Shiny Roaring Moon the second shiny I've ever gotten. Legitimately, without anyone like trading me a shiny. And yeah, I love his design. I love how reminiscent it is to Mega. But I love the feathers and making him seem very primordial. And I love when you look close, they even kind of detail his scales. Like he has detailed scales on his hands. And it's cool that he crawls around instead of flying. And he's just really strong. He's like one of the most min-maxed Pokemon ever.
Hmm.
You can do so much with him. My favorite steel type is none other than my favorite Pokemon ever. Actually, I just forgot, dude. I forgot King Gambit
You keep
exists.
forgetting.
I always keep forgetting. Weavile is probably knocked down to top 5. Dragonite is still top 5. I would probably end up saying that.
You'll have a top 6 basically coming up
Yeah. Well,
because you have to choose your team.
yeah, we'll do top 6 later. But for the fairy type, I love Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant's cool. And for my favorite starter, Meowscarda is my favorite starter. I'm noticing a lot of grass starters I like.
Hmm. Yeah.
But for the favorite gimmick, there really is not a gimmick, but I guess my favorite out of all of these would be Aqua Tauros.
I want to put the fire one as well.
I I already have the fire one in my favorite fire. My favorite legendary is Chien Pao, even though he's really cheap. But I just like his design and I like his how the swords are coming out of it, or his tusks. And finally, my favorite overall Mon is King Gambit because he looks sick.
Hmm.
Now,
It's just your fear from the selections you made.
my favorite normal type from these selections are, drum roll please, Obstagoon. I like the goon. He's just really funny, really based. Out of all the fire types, probably Infernape because I love the Journey to the West. I love how he's based on Sun Wukong.
Hmm.
Out of all my water types, oof. Yeah, I have to go with Greninja. Out of all my grass types, this is a really hard one because, like, I loved Sceptile, but I also loved Rillaboom. But then I also love Meowscarna. So I can either go. I can. It's really up in the air, but I guess due to nostalgic reasonings, I'm going to have to go Sceptile. Yeah. I'm going to have to go Sceptile, but it is what it is. For electric, going Manectric, just because I like his design and he's based off of a Raiju, which is a cool monster. Ice types, Big Bax.
Hmm.
I like him more than G Darm because G Darm is cheap, but Bax is so cool, and plus the fact that he's immune to um what you call it,
Burn.
burn is so useful. My favorite fighting type, dang, this is a hard one. I guess I'm going to give it to Sneasler only because he's a variant of one of my favorite Mons.
Poison.
Poison. Poison, I'm not even really that big into, so it really comes down to Jargalgi and or Slazzle. But since I used it's hard. This is hard. This is hard. This one is actually a very hard one because I have to think, who do I like more? Salazzle, that sludge bombs and can flamethrowers, but doesn't really do much outside of that, or Dragalge? Mm, uh, but Salazzle does have a cool shiny though. Uh, going to lean towards Salazzle. Salazzle's cool. My favorite ground type. Dude, this is stacked.
Yeah.
My favorite ground type probably has to be Gliscor because of Gen 4 anime. Gen 4 anime Ash's Gliscor made me love Gliscor even more. Dude, that Gliscor held it down.
Until Great Tusks in the anime, I guess.
Flying types. Ooh, this is an interesting one. I guess cheap cop out is cheap. Out of all of these, I'm gonna go with Iron Jug. I love how small and tiny he is. And I don't really overly love Corviknight I really do like, but I wouldn't say I like Corviknight more than Hydreigon, and so having a Hydreigon variant would put it over Corviknight, but no disrespect towards Corviknight, and also no disrespect towards Mandibuzz, because I also really do like Mandibuzz. And Honchkrow is pretty cool. Everyone else, I'm kind of meh on, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say Hydreigon just because it's or Iron Jug because it's a Hydreigon variant. For psychic types, definitely Metagross, mainly because it's Steven's ace, and I really did like Steven as a champion. I thought like his Oris appearance and all the stuff that they did and gave him a shiny Metagross. I thought it was really cool, and shiny
Yeah, in the
Metagross looks
anime.
cool. Yep. Bug types. Damn. I guess Caesar. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put Caesar here because there's a lot of stuff. Because I have used Caesar a lot in the past generations, just not really a lot here. And I like him more than everyone else on the list because Volk is kind of dishonest. I'm not gonna lie. So it would go like Caesar, then low kicks because Common Rider, then like either Cleave or Volk.
Mm.
For rock types, I'm gonna go Lycanroc midday. I just like his design. For ghost types, ooh, dang, these are some good ghost types.
I feel like overall Ghost has the most bangers.
Yeah, cause dude, I can go either way with like 4 of these bitches.
Honestly, all of the I love Mischievous. I think it's super cute.
Yeah, like Mischievous isn't bad. And I actually did like Sableye.
I always love Sableye because like the goblin within me is accentuated in Sableye.
Sableye is the Pokemon manifestation of everyone's inner goblin.
It really is though.
I'm gonna go with Hisuian Zoroark because of the illusions shenanigans actually works now and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
For dragon type, for
Dragon
dragon,
Tales.
ah,
It's just all pseudos.
yeah, besides like 2. Uh,
And only and only because of technicality, because you could have put backs there.
True. On technicality, I'm gonna just put Dragapult.
Sometimes. Hey, yo, you're gonna put missing no, right?
Wait a minute. I like Weavile more. For dark types, ooh.
But you got missing no right there.
uh,
This is the best Pokemon.
hmm. You know, I'm gonna flip back. I'm gonna flip back. I'm going to actually no, I didn't put it for. Never mind. No. I got it right. Actually, no. I'm gonna flip back. I'm gonna put Lucario here because of his role in Smash. I really did like Lucario. Like it was really hard to pick either Lucario or Sneasler, but since Weavile is here, my dark types, I can safely say I like Weavile. And I like Weavile just a bit more than Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon just comes just almost there. But Roaring Moon is probably still somewhere in top 10. For Steels, Gambit. For Fairies, Valiant. For my favorite starter overall. Dang. This one is difficult.
Yo, Eevee?
Ninja, the frog or the lizard? Probably Ninja. Probably Ninja, because there's just more stuff I can do with Ninja than I can do with Sceptile. Uh,
Like
favorite
gimmick.
favorite gimmick. Definitely just Moon. Roaring Moon right here. uh, favorite legend. Zacian. Favorite out of all.
This is like your favorite Pokemon of all time, basically.
Favorite Pokemon of all time. What the? It's King Gambit because he's just so cool. His shiny's good. Abilities are all good. He's just really fun. He's really fun to use as an anchor on your team. And that is that. I would say King Gambit comes in at number 1. Number 2
There's some
is
miscellaneous stuff you can do in the bottom.
oh, dang. And miscellaneous team.
But don't click the shiny, by the way.
Oh. Favorite regional bird.
Yeah, I'll do the teams last for very last. Yeah,
Yeah. Favorite regional bird.
box legendary.
Favorite box legendary. Favorite regional mammal. Dang. Mighty Anna did it? I guess Zangoose. Favorite mythical. Oh, didn't really like mythicals too much. There's Marshadow. There's Darkrai, I guess. Darkrai was pretty cool. I guess Darkrai was pretty cool because of the movie. Favorite Ultra Beast. Didn't really like the Ultra Beasts too much, but Cartano was cool. Favorite regional bug. Low kicks. Favorite pseudo legend. My favorite pseudo legend is Dragapult. Favorite Pikachu clone. I don't like any of them. but I guess I'll give it to Mimikyu. Favorite
Human Wiki
paradox?
started.
Yeah. My favorite Paradoxmon is Roaring Moon. My favorite type is Dark. Favorite evolution is Umbreon. Favorite Pokeball is where is it? Where is it? The Timer Ball, because I just think it's a cool design. I'm just randomizing a Spinda. Favorite fossil, Aerodactyl. I'm gonna put Mega Aerodactyl or whatever. Aerodactyl. Favorite regional form, dang. My favorite regional form is going to be Hisuian Zoroark. Favorite Vivillon, it's this purple is kind of speaking to me. Favorite Gigantamax. All of them look so bro, the fact that Pikachu reverted back to his Gen 1 fat self
He
and
put on the pounds.
and Male Metal literally just skipped out on leg day. I bro, like I guess Grimmsnarl is pretty cool. Favorite baby, Riolu. Favorite Alcremie, obviously Dynamax Alcremie because it's a whole cake. Favorite new Evo, King Gambit. Click a team box, then a Pokemon from the grid to copy to the box. What what are
The
they
grid above you, like the grid above you.
like here?
Yeah,
Crazy. Uh
dude,
like
they're not gonna make it so that you pick every single Pokemon individually.
no, I know.
No, you just press on it. Like you pick there, and it says picking, and then you just click on the Pokemon on top of the grid.
What?
Okay, no, you just go up and pick. Don't drag it. Just click on it.
Oh. I like Gam like if I were to be like a dark type, I don't know, Elite Four, like a dark type champion or something like that, I would have King Gambit as the ace.
I wouldn't put limit yourself in dark. It's just like your team that you want.
No, well, it's just I just like I'm not limiting myself to only just dark. I'm just saying if I could have like a something that is very dark reminiscent, I would have something like this, and then I would have something like Hisuian Zoroark. I would have Hisuian Zoroark. I would definitely end up having Hydreigon. That's just a confirm. That's a huge confirm. Where's Hydreigon? Yeah, he was right here. I'd have Hydreigon. I'd have where's the boy? Where is the boy at? Definitely Sneasler. I would have Sneasler. I would then if I was going to round out a defensive core. Yeah, if I was gonna round out a defensive core, I would have like Bird over here and hmm. What is and honestly, Oh, what the? Oh, what the heck? Honestly speaking, I don't even know where. I don't even know who to pick on this last one because I could go so many. I could go Greninja, which is my most likely pick. Is it Greninja? Uh, hmm. Or I just inexplicably go Rillaboom just for the lulz.
Whatever.
Uh,
It'd be kind of weird though,
yeah, it would be weird.
because you like Sceptile more, but then
Yeah,
it was Rillaboom.
yeah, I know. Miascarda is pretty lit.
It's like you're trying to make a team, like actually competitive.
Well, it's just like it's something that I like. It's just who do I give the last ones? Because these guys I like, but I wouldn't like all do one thing. I mean, I thought of T-Tar, but I just feel like, oh yeah, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. See, it just took me a minute. Where fuck? E.
Oh, you can only select from your favorites.
Oh, I can only select from my favorites. Oh, okay. That's whatever. Then where's my favorites over here?
It's in the bottom, the very bottom row.
Hmm.
Like it's the
Well,
one where you pick your favorite Pokemon. It's like in the final
oh,
row.
all right. Well, in that case, I am going to do Snarl.
I said final row. Like you see the row with like the crown on it on the very side.
Oh, damn.
It's that row. You can only pick from that because those are your
Then
favorites. So
why do they allow me Hydreigon?
I don't know. Probably because you picked it from your favorites from the specific gen.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I understand it more. Wow, that actually is pretty crazy.
I
Like,
guess you can only select from the very bottom row and the very
yeah, very. Which
right.
honestly, everything kind of lines up really good. Uh, do I do Goon? I can't believe Goon actually made it. Like, let's take a minute to respect how Goon managed to make it through this. Probably put something like, oh no, not Glasgow. Yeah, Glasgow. Like it would be something like this.
Mm-hmm.
This would honestly be kind of like my own dark type team thing.
So your favorite spin does 2 1 2 1 3 8 10 3 7 2. That's your favorite spin does?
Are you judging me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm judging you because I like 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 spin does.
Oh crap. What was I forgot. I forgot who was in this position. It was
It's
Grimstar.
Grimmsnarl.
That was Grimstar. Where where's the Mandibuzz, bro?
You put Corviknight in that spot.
Yeah, I know I put Corviknight, but you said it was to my favorites, and I was like, I don't even see Corviknight pop up on my
Oh,
corners.
then
So
I don't
that's why I
know.
went back to check.
I don't know. Honestly,
Yeah,
I guess because it's being like a little bit buggy.
yeah, it might be being buggy, but yeah, Corviknight in this, yeah, just put Corviknight in that position, and we're all Gucci. Anyways, that is my favorite Pokemon. Holy crap, that was long.
Mhm.
I don't even know how. Wait, how the heck did this guy manage to get onto the team? I really don't. Oh, see. Oh no, you can't.
Uh,
You can't just select anyone. All right. Oh, whatever. I don't even feel like redoing everything. But that's the team. With all that being said, I hope y'all enjoy and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And follow me on twitch.tv/animealx to check me out for more content. Peace out, all my fellow weebs and weebettes. See ya in the next one.
hmm.